another episode of Realityczars with your hosts, Nate and Thomas the Paranoid Motherfucking American. This show is full of highly opinionated, offensive, and outright degenerate commentary. Proceed at your own risk, and welcome to the Realityczars.
And we're live. Welcome, everybody. This is a SWAPCAST coming to you from the Realityczars and the Greypilled
What's up? What's going on, brother? I'm good, man. What's up, everybody? Happy Saturday.
Man, I'm doing good. I guess it's Saturday. I thought it was fucking Friday.
It is, man.
It's a fucking Saturday night. Anything could happen. We're going to get wild. We're going to get weird. We're going to talk some shit. I want to give a quick shout out to my homies of the Cave. So everybody from the Cave Collective, those guys are fucking awesome. Those are my boys. They sent me this awesome sweater. You guys are the fucking man. All of you guys. You guys fucking rock. And let's fucking get into it, dude. How you been, man? What's new?
Been good, dude. Just trying to put as much content out as I can since we last talked to each other.
So we got to pop your cherry, I think, right?
You did, dude. Yeah, it was it was awesome, man. I had a lot of fun.
Hell yeah, man. I'm glad that we got to have you on for your first fucking go round. Thomas is not here tonight. I don't know what the fuck Thomas is doing. He's
doing something. Yeah,
I hope Thomas is having fun. So love you, buddy.
Doing something.
Yeah. Love you, buddy. We'll do his ads too. Everybody go to Paranoid Motherfucking American. Go to paranoidamerican.com and buy some fucking sweet merch, dude. He's got some awesome shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude. I can't say enough about Thomas. He's doing awesome stuff. He's making
those fucking toys that he made.
We are going to take an ad for his toys here in a little bit.
Dude, I have to get some for my kids because those things. I mean, dude, just to have those and not even open it. It's so. I mean, they're so fucking cool, man.
There's he has his American Cryptids comic book.
I bought it for my daughter, dude. Yeah, man. Yeah, she loves it. She doesn't, she's 2, so she doesn't know what's scary. She doesn't think, so she just looks at it and goes like, dog,
Yeah, I gotta get that for my kiddo too. He's 2. We bought him this sweet baby Mothman book, and so he's reading about Mothman and shit. And there's all kinds of cryptid stuff. But I gotta give some love to Thomas. So I gotta buy some of his merch as well.
Oh, for sure, dude. Yeah. No, for sure.
But yeah, man. Let's get the plugs out of the way. Let's get this out of the way. So Greypilled, buddy. So everybody that's listening to our from my end. Tell everybody about yourself, and then I'll do vice versa.
All right. My name is Jules. I do the Greypilled podcast. I'm from Mississippi, the armpit of Satan.
I accused him of being from Oklahoma a minute ago.
He did, and I said, "Man, I fucking wish it was Oklahoma. There's nothing here, dude. There's
You'd rather be in Oklahoma
hot ass right fucking weather. I've never been to Oklahoma, so I may regret saying that. I don't know.
My lineage, part of my lineage, comes from Oklahoma. Those
really?
Are the clan members that are from my family. I'm from a long line of clan members.
Oh shit, bro.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't think that just looking at you, bro.
Yeah, we had some pure white Aryan blood. My mother was a race trader and fucked a beaner and created this magnificent man right here.
Hell yeah. Good on her, man. Good on her. She did the world a favor.
That's a story that I've talked about on the show maybe a couple of times. It was my grandma or my grandpa. One of them was looking at me and kind of looking at my skin and was like, and puzzled and kind of looked at me and looked at my skin, was holding my hand. She goes, "You just stay out the sun, boy. You be right, white."
Damn, bro. How'd that work out?
Dude, I'm forever kind of tan. I don't know.
Dude, no, dude, when I first saw you, I definitely thought you were full on Mexican or full on,
full on something, full on schizo and a fucking
Latinx, full on Latinx.
I'm Latinx, yeah, buddy. Fuck yeah.
But yeah, man, no, I've done, this is our second episode together. First one, we talked about the lost book of Enki and, Marduk and Ishtar and Lilith and a whole bunch of fucking crazy shit, dude. It was awesome. Y'all kind of let me get a bunch of shit out there that I had been learning about, and it was cool to talk about that with other people who wanted to learn about it and are into the same shit. So, but I've put a few episodes out. I did a live with me and Thomas did. We had done something with Donut.
Shout out to Donut.
Shout out Donut, man. Me and him got an episode coming out. We're going on the Memphis rap and like the whole symbolism behind all these rappers from Memphis that have died. I ended up sending him a list because most of them you don't know who they are. They're so underground. They made like 1 or 2 tapes back in '94 and then like got killed, you know? And
dude, who was the guy? What was his name? Sitting Fat Down South. What was that album?
Sitting Fat Down South.
No, it's not. That's not.
That's from Houston.
No, Sitting Fat Down South. What was his song? That was a fucking album, and it was great, man. I used to listen to that all the time, and then it was a great album, and then I never heard another fucking. Anyways, keep going. Sorry, I'll look it up.
No, bro. What was I talking about? Oh no,
yeah.
We had done an episode, all 3 of us, on the 1972 Rothschild Surrealist Ball. Little Troy. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my fucking jam when I was a kid.
He was from Houston, I think, man. Yeah. Because I mean, you had like Fat Pat and Big Hawk, Big Mo.
I used to listen.
I mean, oh, dude, I love UGK, bro. I have a poster right up behind me. If I took my
I used to listen
Tetragrammaton down. Yeah, dude. No, that's I'm a big, I rapped for like 5 or 6 years. It wasn't my proudest moment, but it was just what I was into at the time.
In high school that still think they're rappers, and I'm 35, and they're still rapping, and they haven't made it yet.
Dude,
they're working on it.
I mean, bro,
you know what? I'm not hating.
Yeah,
buddy,
no.
Might be the next fucking whatever. So you know what? Keep going, buddy. Keep hustling. So.
Oh yeah, dude. No, I mean, I was just at a very different place in my life. I was fucked up. I was fucked up on on opiates and shit. And this was before 2018 when I kind of got my shit together and had a spiritual awakening, and my third eye kind of like flew open. It was like having a demon being pulled out of me, getting off that shit, bro. You know what I mean?
Oh, I mean, it's a literal demon. My father was a heroin addict.
Yeah, bro. That's where it ends.
My
right
son,
there.
who's turning 17, she was I don't even know if she's alive. Is a fucking heroin addict.
Damn,
she's
bro.
still in downtown Eureka, California, probably doing heroin as we speak.
Just slumped on the sidewalk, dude.
Slumped in an alley. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That shit is no good.
There, but for the grace of God, go I, man.
I mean, dude, I was doing it before it was, and I've been clean now for 6 years, dude. I still have a drink or, smoke or, may eat a cat every now and then and sit outside. But, as far as, any hard drugs, anything up my nose or pills or any of that shit, smoking crack, none of that shit. I haven't done hard drugs in quite a while, but
good, man.
Oh, man.
It's sad, But even
it
now,
is
like, because I used to be the type of guy, I was a wild party boy. Like, I'm gonna
yeah.
do more coke than you. I'm gonna drink you.
That's
under
how
the
it starts
table.
off.
I'm gonna be. I'm built different.
Yeah,
I could do that.
That's how
Like,
it starts off, dude. And then
freshman in high school, I was trying to show off because I was trying to get laid. I was trying to show off in front of this girl. I was like, I could chug a bottle of vodka. This girl was like, no, you couldn't. I was like, watch me. And this is real happened. I cracked open a bottle of fucking vodka, fifth of vodka. I went, and fucking chugged it.
Shit, dude. I
First
bet you
period.
fucking died. Was this at school?
First period at school.
Oh, man.
Before class. We go inside and I'm like, and then, but I keep like getting perpetually more drunk. Like as we go, I'm getting more and more drunk. It's like hitting me. And then she has to like walk me to like our next class. Like, cause we're in like the first 3 classes together. And so she has to walk us to like to the science hall, which is like across the street and down the fucking way. This was a big high school. And all of a sudden I had to piss, dude. So I'm in my second period class. I'm upstairs. Somehow I made it up the stairs and shit. And I just fucking fall and slap my face on the ground. And I start dragging myself out like this. And I'm just like, and I fucking like army crawl myself out of the classroom, open the door, get out in the hallway. And I just pull my dick out and start pissing in the hall. It's like this. And I guess I was making enough commotions. I was like slapping the fucking lockers and shit that everyone came out of the classrooms to come and see what was happening. And I'm just sitting there like this with my dick out, pissing, like wobbling. And then like the fucking campus cop, we had campus police officers and shit.
Yeah. Oh, we did too, dude. We had bars on our windows.
They came and the principal came and everybody's just watching this like it's a fucking TV show. And they're trying to give me a breathalyzer and I projectile vomit all over the fucking campus cop and the principal. And this was my freshman year. And I got
dude. Yeah, dude,
I got kicked out of school.
Fuck
so I don't know if it made me famous, but it made me infamous. They were like, hey, you're the guy that puked on the principal.
Oh, for sure, dude.
With that fucking piece.
Did it get you laid?
No, she never.
Oh, fuck, man.
It never worked. No, I was just a stupid jackass. I'd be like, I can do that. And I'll do that. I'll be that fucking asshole. I'll fucking smoke 2 blunts before class.
Dude, I mean, I went to a 98% black school. And
so as a white boy, you got to prove yourself twice as hard.
I hung out with a bunch of GDs.
What are GDs?
Gangster disciples.
Okay.
Yeah, black gangster disciples. It was me and one other white guy. My
what was your white
Colton.
nickname? Were you Casper or what did?
Nah, bro. Just
what did they call you?
Jules.
Okay.
Jules. Yeah, man. I was very well respected in my school. Not a lot of people fuck with me, bro.
Dude.
I would talk a lot of shit to people. If folks would call me like white boy, I'd be like, that's not my motherfucking name, dude. And then people would come up to them and be like, hey, leave him the fuck alone. You know what I mean? Because I'd be hanging out with them after school in the hood, you know, smoking blunts and rolling dice and shit, playing CeeLo. And I mean, dude, not gonna say I was a gang member, but yeah.
I certainly thought I was.
Oh, dude. I mean,
I had my pants sagged. I had this weird fucking mix though of like cholo, so it kind of like I was like wearing like fucking Dickies, but they were sagged. Then I had like the one fucking button and shit. But I was acting black, but dressed like a Mexican. I was such a fucking
dude,
retard.
I was a kid who was playing hardcore music and shit, going to, you know, that school. So I had those worlds, you know, intertwined. So, but me and like 5 of my homeboys, my homeboy Tim, my homeboy JP, my homeboy Colton, the only other white boy, and we have one other person, and we would like pile in. Like Colton would come pick me up like at 7 o'clock. We'd have to be at school at like 8:45. And we would go pick everyone up, man, and we would just get fucking baked, dude. We would just smoke the car out. So blatant. We would get to school and we would still have smoke like in our clothes as we walked into school. And you had to go in the auditorium in the morning through the metal detector. And like everyone knows, especially when you walk in with your homies, so folks would
We were
just
still a
laugh
small
when we'd all
town,
walk
dude.
in.
There was no metal detectors yet because we were still pretty far in Northern California. Like middle and Southern California had all the fucking metal detectors. Yeah, no metal detectors at our school.
Yeah, I mean, out of all the Jackson public schools, my high school was probably the whitest. And there were less than 30 white kids at that school. From when I was a freshman, dude, like, I'd say when I was a freshman, I kind of, dude, I remember buying weed outside the back building of the 9th grade building. And this dyke black chick being like, I just blessed you. Like selling me some fucking like perp. And then Jerome would give me a fucking ride home and I would smoke all the weed with him. But it was just his homegirl who sold me the weed. So he would sell me the weed, give me the ride home. I would give him gas money and smoke all the weed with him. So it was a win-win-win for him. And I'd pull up to my house. My mom would be out there home from work early and just see a bunch of dudes, a bunch of just like
ghetto ass
motherfuckers and wife beaters dropping me off. I'm just like, later guys. And,
later, black guys. Later, dudes.
Yeah. Well, no, we'll see, dude. Like, so my dad.
Did you ever drop the N-bomb? Were you cool with him? You'd be like, my N-word.
They would always like tell me to. They'd be like, say it, Jules, say it. No, like if you were hanging out with a lot of black dudes and they're your friends, they're your actual friends. They're not just hanging out with you for their amusement. If they respect you and whatnot, like they'll be like, bro, say it. Like because they think it's funny. No, dude. I mean, look, especially being when I used to make rap music. I mean, I never once uttered the word in my song. And dude, I mean, I used to sometimes sound like Lord Infamous speed. You know what I mean? Like real fast. I wouldn't say horrorcore, but you know what I mean? Like what we were talking about, kind of underground Memphis style when it was brought back in 2009 by like Raider Clan and Lil Ugly Mane.
Fucking hey, buddy.
And yeah, man, it kind of I just started rap. It was I guess it was 2013 when I started doing that, but I had already been playing hardcore music since I was in the 9th grade, playing drums. And that's kind of what my foundation was built on as a musician, I guess. But yeah, dude, no, the podcast is just getting started, but it's going to be fun, man. I have a lot of stuff in motion, slow motion. I don't want to bite off more than I can chew. You know what I mean? But I have some stuff coming with Strange Brew Podcast.
Shout out to Tomcat.
Yeah, man. Shout out Tomcat. He's great. He's great people, man. And me and Donut have a couple things hopefully on the way. I just scheduled an episode with Juan for April. Shout out Juan, man. It's gonna be fun. I have to go ahead and start writing my questions down for that one, man. I got a lot to ask him. Yeah, it's weird, like being at work all day and listening to, even listening to you you and Thomas. And then being here with you is just it's fucking cool, man. It's very surreal. It's cool.
Man. You're welcome to the little podcast community that we got.
I love it, dude. It's made me like where there was any empty spaces of, I mean, I'm a very happy person, but as far as like, I had nobody to talk to about this shit. You feel me? And to have that now,
Louisiana to talk about schizo bullshit with
Mississippi, Nate.
I'll get it one of these days.
No, bro, you're good, dude. You could say whatever state that comes to your mind, man. Bro, I was going to talk to you, man. So I know you're into cryptids, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, aren't you going to start like some investigative, like?
We've done a little bit, man. We did our first documentary about 2 years ago.
Okay.
Bitchute, and we've gotten into some of the paranormal stuff, looking for ghosts, and we are also going to be delving into some fucking UFOs. And I don't necessarily believe in. I go back and forth, man. Like, I've heard an argument recently that made me maybe open up again to the possibility of aliens.
What about them?
It's fascinating, dude. Honestly, listening to Cat Williams on fucking Joe Rogan, kind of like just the way he brought it up. He goes like, well, what's God? What are the angels? What are the demons? Just bring it up. What are they if they're not aliens? And like, just the way he fucking talked about it and brought it up, I was like, fuck, man, he's probably goddamn right. Like, he just made the case so fucking well that like it made me open up the possibility again, because I've been so like, space is fake and gay. There's absolutely nothing from the outside of this dome that we're in.
It's all interdimensional.
It's all interdimensional.
Yeah.
And it might still be, dude.
Right. Yeah. There's aspects of that, that may be interdimensional. Yeah. But
it's fucking fascinating, dude. And all of a sudden I'm maybe slightly open to something. And the whole thing too is that like, they're probably ultra terrestrial, dude. Like, I feel like whatever these fucking beings are, like, we're not the only fucking sentient humanoids on this planet.
Dude, they've been here for a long fucking time. Like
they might have been here before us.
I believe I'm a big Hollow Earth guy. I don't know how many flat Earth listeners you have.
Just fucking are cussing at their screens right now.
Well, I mean,
I had a guy that's like, it was really big in the Hollow Earth. Like, one of the big Hollow Earth guys come on and fucking give his whole cosmology and explain Hollow Earth. And in the comments, I had flat earthers attacking him, and then Hollow Earthers attacking them. And then it was like, I was like,
that sucks, man. I hate that shit. I mean, it's funny, but I hate that flat earthers. And I mean, if you believe in the globe, you probably believe in Hollow Earth. You know what I mean? I believe in some aspects of flat Earth, such as like there may be more land out there that we're not being shown, or the Earth may be bigger than we're told.
I tell them I'm agnostic. I know that NASA's lying. That's what I know.
Right. That's all I know, is that we're being lied to about it. So we need to question it regardless if it's flat or hollow. I hate that there's a divide and that there's no
and just saying it,
common ground, man.
They have
there's such hostility between the two.
The most toxic people are the most vocal ones in their camps. Like, there's people that are flat earthers that are chill, and then there's fucking
totally
that want to scorch the plane. You can't say scorch there. I don't know, one or the other. If you can call it a plane, I think, but if you call it a planet, then they freak out or something. I don't remember. Anyways,
a planette.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I seriously love my flat earthers. I have a huge amount of flat earther listeners, and I love you guys. But don't attack people.
Shout out to the flat earthers, man.
Talk to the Hollow Earthers, because goddamn, like, I was excited when I talked to him because of the connections that I saw. I was like, dude, if you guys talk to you guys, I think you guys would fucking find some cool shit together.
Find
And
some
they were like,
shit that interconnects between the two. Yeah,
and they're
man.
like, fuck that guy.
Fuck you, dude. Shut the fuck up.
He's a globetard. And I was like,
globetard, yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know, man. Like I said, I can't subscribe to anything because I question so much shit. I mean, I question so much shit that my wife was like, all right, seriously, fucking stop. And I'm like, no, like I can't. Like once you have torn that Band-Aid off, you know what I mean? There's no like, oh, well, let me put a smaller one back on, you know?
Yeah, be careful, man, because like for a minute, like when I first got super red pilled and I like got in on the conspiracy game, you could have convinced me of anything that wasn't the mainstream. They were like coming at me with all kinds of shit. I was like, maybe, yeah, fuck yeah. And I was like all aboard some of the kook shit. You know what I mean? Like
you have to look at it from every angle, or you can be psyop not even knowing it. You know, you can psyop yourself.
Dude, I'm still open
to the psyop yourself
sometimes. But the thing is that I have this autistic trait that I can look at things from like a far perspective, and I don't necessarily like take it in. Like I can take it, observe it, analyze it, and go, huh, all right. And then I don't necessarily like take it in as my own personal philosophy at that point, which is kind of nice. Like I'm almost like a fucking, I don't know, like a schiz retard. Which it's kind of it's a gift and a curse. I'm skeptical of everything, but also open to anything.
Right. No, I completely agree with you there, bud.
Dude, I wanna talk about your shirt, Credo Mutua.
Oh, dude, shout out my fucking boy, Esoteric Eddie. You see his hermit lamp. Yeah, dude.
The only time I ever heard
Credo Mutua was right. And it has the reptilian with the fucking the dolphin people. It has a dolphin and a UFO and him doing one of his speeches. It's yeah, man. I was like, dude, fuck. And I think that me and Eddie may do an episode on him.
You should, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eddie's a good dude.
He's kind of booked up right now, but he has me down. But yeah, dude, well, I'm actually here. Let me show you, dude. I'm reading this book. Yeah, we can get into this if you want, bro. I'm still waiting on my fucking beer. This one, Zulu. Okay, here we go.
Shaman.
There we go. Yeah, hopefully this thing doesn't fuck up the camera. This happened when I was on with Donut and Thomas. But yeah, it's a book about him basically becoming a Sangoma. Oh, you know, my daughter left her mark in the front page. But you know, basically a shaman or a witch doctor. And it's I mean, bro, yeah, it's good. It's good. It makes you not want to put it down, but like
the only thing that I've heard of Credo Mutua is when David Icke talked about him, and it was pretty fucking cool getting to ask David Icke about Credo Mutua. And that was a fucking fun, interesting conversation. And actually, we have
dude, I still haven't listened to that
month.
I still haven't listened to that. Is that on Spotify?
Yeah, it's on Spotify. Yeah, you can.
I gotta fucking listen to it, dude.
It's on Rockfin and Spotify, and we have David Icke coming back on in about a month, which is pretty amazing.
Hell yeah, man, that's awesome, dude. But dude, there's this part in the book where it talks about the lore of the soul, and it talks about these two components of the being. I think it's called the Moya and the Ina. And I think it's talking about like the soul and the self. The Moya stays here, and the Ina kind of is developed during the incarnation of the Moya on this plane. And but the way he describes it is like how the Egyptians describe how the shadow self stays on Earth after you die. And that the other part of your soul goes to, the afterlife. So to hear that from, two different cultures, or, I mean, I know it's both in Africa, but I mean, I'm planning on doing an episode, especially because he has this story he tells. It's this video, man. It's fucking awesome. The one where it's him in that like that robe that he has on always, like colorful shamanic African robes. And he's in this cave and he has all these carvings, like these little statues of these like these alien beings, and he like picks them up and puts them, and he's so serious about it, dude. And he's like, this here is, like, has been here for over, and starts talking about them just like he knows these creatures and he's encountered them, and he fucking tells these stories, man. And some mystifying shit, some pretty scary shit though, dude. But he has the big ankh chain around he has all his amulets and talismans on him and everything, dude. Like, yeah, he's straight shamaned up.
Alive? Is he passed?
I think he passed away, dude. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he passed away. Rest in power, OG.
Dude, it's fascinating the way you are describing that, the two different selves, because like I think about it sometimes too. Like, humans are so fucking dualistic, and like even when I talk to myself, like I talk to myself all the time. You can call me crazy.
Me too. Like,
I have these conversations with myself, and I'm arguing with myself, and there's like the higher self and the lower self, right? And even in the Bible, they talk about it. It's like the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. And it's almost like it's like your meat suit versus your higher self, your spirit self. And it is this fascinating duality, because it's like the body has its own needs, wants. Like, there's things that are so fucking carnal.
Yeah, dude.
And then there is the higher self that has like come from somewhere like up above, that's not part of this plane, not part of this like fucking evil, fucked up, corrupted earth, that is like, no, I don't need to fucking masturbate right now. I don't need to see like armpit porn or something bizarre. I don't need to see some weird sick shit. Like, I don't need to see like DVDA or something. But then like your flesh is like, I want to see some bitch get like 2 dicks.
Fuck that.
You know what I mean? I want to fucking jerk off right now and be a fucking filth bag. And like, and the other party's like, no, you fucking creep.
One part's like, your wife's on your period. The other part's like, but I want some pussy.
Yeah. It's this monster fucking like
something.
I was such a fucking beast when I was a young man. Like, when I was young, I would literally fuck anything that was walking. Like, any fucking girl that would throw ass at me, I was fucking her. Like, and the problem was I was kind of cute and I worked in kitchens, and so like all these little waitresses would be throwing ass at me. So I'd be like, let's go fuck in the walk-in. And I was just. And the problem was like, I'd have a girlfriend or something. I'd have like a girlfriend or a fiance or whoever I was with, and I was like the king of self-sabotage. I'd be like, well, she's probably gonna leave me anyway, so I might as well fuck this up,
bro.
I might as well fuck this up myself.
Yeah.
It was such a piece of shit, man. And I do think about that whole, like, I almost sometimes wonder it, like, exactly, I guess, like what I said. It's like this part of you that is in this carnal flesh, temporary, like, by
man's lower nature
is like, is this like sick filth bag kind of, it's like, let's get fucked, let's eat, drink, be merry, this
dude,
kind of
that's
shit.
Actually symbolized. I've been doing, like I told you, I did the occult symbolism of fish, and on the second episode that I have to redo, but I can knock it out real quick. I'm probably going to do that either later tonight or tomorrow. I get into the insects, and you get into the scorpion, and it starts talking about man's lower nature being represented by the scorpion, but also in the fish symbolism, it talks about it too. So it's just crazy how our both those parts are represented in every single type of animal, because there's a part of, on that, and the reptile and the mammal and the phoenix and the bird, because the phoenix chapter is completely different from the bird, dude. And the phoenix, I mean, dude, that's what Usher had on him at the fucking Super Bowl thing. He had the phoenix. The phoenix is being used a whole lot right now. I mean, that's what the Masonic eagle is. It's the phoenix. That's
I think we're gonna see a fucking fire. I think we're gonna see some things burn. I've talked to some Gnostic folks, and I've talked to a lot of different folks, man, from a lot of different schools of philosophy and thought. And everyone that I've talked to feels like we are at an end of an aeon, or an end of whatever these like little time segments that happen. When they talk about a great reset, when these like globalist psychopaths are talking about a great reset, I feel like we are at one of those moments, dude. And there are these resets that happen periodically.
You think we're at a great reset, or you think we're at a great, like a great awakening, like a great, you don't think it's
possible.
Gonna come?
So it depends when you ask me how optimistic I am, and a great awakening can happen out of that. I think that it's been easier to do in the past. I think these psychos, it's a dual-sided fucking sword. Having the internet and being so fucking technologically, I guess, evolved in a way where technology is everywhere and anywhere, and everyone has access to it. In the same way, we're easier now to track, trace, control, cut off, and like shut down things in a way that has never been available before. But now we can also share information. We can also communicate. We can also like do things. So I don't fucking know, bro. Like, I feel like the internet was kind of given to us as like, it's kind of like a crab pot, dude. They threw the crab pot in the water with some stinky chicken.
Yeah.
We fucking crawled our way in. And it sounds awesome. And we're stuffing our mouths with stinky chicken, but they can just go, what? And close those fucking things and just fall our ass in. And it feels like it was a prison that we just walked in.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the sheep will lead themselves to slaughter. And then the people who are,
and it only happens because of complacency. And it only happens too because of your allowance of dependence on these technologies.
Mm-hmm.
When
you're absolutely right.
Dude, if you're still able to like access food without money, if you're still able to access food, like, do you have fucking chickens in your backyard? You know what I mean? Do you have this, that, the other? Like, do you have a fucking spring that goes through your fucking yard? Like, those type of people that are fucking prepared for this, you're gonna be fine. And I mean, it's gonna hurt everybody, but those type of people are going to be much better off. Yeah,
as communities we should have. I mean, dude, especially here, I live like 20 minutes north of Jackson and in the country. But dude, there was a fucking triple homicide in my neighborhood. It was a domestic. It was a guy came home and caught his wife moving out because she was leaving him, and he shot her sister, and the guy helping them, and then killed himself. That happened on the street behind me in this county, dude, which is unheard of because the amount of law enforcement in this county is, I mean, dude, they are some fucking like, I mean, but there's some good cops in smaller towns. You know what I mean? Way more so than bigger cities. However, there's bad cops. You're going to have bad cops on every single force there is. It doesn't matter where it is. So the problem is you have to watch out here. But as far as like the sheriff's department guys go, I mean, I have one of my neighbors who helped like chase down that guy. Basically, he lived like 2 houses down from him. We drink beer at the pool during the summer and stuff, and he doesn't give a fuck about my past or my, my criminal background from when I was younger. And he's a good guy. You know what I mean? He sold me his 380 for $200 with like 400 rounds of ammo. So he's a good guy, man. Definitely one of those guys who wouldn't listen to the people above if they were like, "Hey, go take all your neighbors' guns." He would be like, go fuck yourself." You know what I mean?
That's the whole interesting thing, man. Is like, to me, it's the policing structure that's the problem, and it's typically the police and not sheriffs. And why that is, it's because they're hired by the state, right? So they're hired by the state, and their whole fucking
their
thing
quota
are law enforcement.
Yeah.
So what they're doing is they're literally just like these fucking bodyguards for like corrupt politicians and pieces of shit.
Yeah.
And their job is just to enforce code and law, and they don't give a fuck. You're just a number. They're in a city that they're not even from, and they're just, you know what I mean? That's not your fucking brother. That's not your cousin. That's like some fucking shitty cop that just like, well, it sucks, but I have to do it. You know, and they're just gonna fucking do it. But sheriffs are like elected by the people in a fucking community, and those deputies are as like homies. Those are probably like your fucking, like, I live in a little teeny fucking butt shit nowhere town in Oregon, and I think we have a new sheriff now. But like during COVID, we had a sheriff that was like, no, I'm a constitutionalist, and there's going to be no fucking lockdowns. No one's going to have to wear a mask.
Fuck yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
That's awesome, man.
Also, like, I'm not going to enforce any of the gun laws. Like, it's the Second Amendment. It's the First Amendment. People are going to be able to meet up, do whatever they want. No, we have no right to tell people they have to put a mask on. You know what I mean? Something like that. So sheriffs can be cool as fuck.
Yeah.
It's police that fucking suck because they answer to the governor.
And they have to make that quota at the end of the month. You know, they have to, if they make a certain amount of arrests.
Well, dude, and the sheriffs,
they get a bonus.
Has to answer to the people, dude, because they're going to have to try to get elected again.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? The community is who elects them, and so in a very real way, they're still accountable to the fucking people that live in that community. You know what I mean? And that to me is a huge fucking difference.
But, you know, after the sheep lead themselves to slaughter, then the people who are the bootlickers for these elites and these people in this, you know, cabal, they're going to be, you know, taken out back and done away with as well. And so the only people left are going to be, you know, hate to say it, man, but me and you and everyone we know that's like-minded and, you know, real ass people who knew, hey, something's wrong on both sides here. You know, this is all playing out like a fucking movie, dude.
So let's get into this shit, man. I told you before that I had an article that I wanted to fucking read.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
And I had some fucking, like, some photos I want to share because this is one of these interesting things where, like, we're talking about, like, what the fuck is happening in our communities right now. We're seeing what's happening to, like, as when we were youth, like, what was, like, rebellious, what was, like, fucking a counterculture, because, like, every fucking generation has their counterculture, right? Like, so for me, I felt like I was fighting. I was raised like hardcore Christian, hard Zionist, right wing. And so for counterculture for me was to be kind of like a little punk rock gangster that like, it was like pro LGBT. I was kind of like a fucking leftist socialist, kind of fucking homo retard.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I was raised liberal. Both my parents are Democrats. My mom, I don't think so much anymore. My dad still is. I think my beard may have just got here. I hope, man. Hell yeah.
I'm sorry to find out that your dad's a faggot.
Oh, dude. I feel bad. I mean, well, the thing is, and I try to tell him, I'm like, you know, Dad, it's not about, you know, it's not about sides. Okay. Like they're both, it's two sides of the same fucking coin, two wings of the same bird, two heads of the same snake. And then he'll go back to talking about Trump. And I'm just like,
it's so
what
funny
can I say, man?
Because like he is so much more on the left and so more fucking liberal than any fucking Democrat that they grew up with, that they voted for. Like he's like fucking 10 steps to the left of Obama when he first came in. Like he's literally the very first president ever to be pro gay marriage and to be pro LGBT.
Yeah.
Do you know that shit? Like going in, and they still fucking hate his guts, and they don't even know why. They can't give you like a good fucking reason, which is funny as shit because my sister's
they can't give you a reason for anything.
She has like the fucking Trump derangement syndrome, like
TDS. Yeah, man.
Terrible, dude. Like
it exists.
And
for
like,
sure.
Dude, she has me defending him, and I fucking hate Donald Trump.
We talked about this on the last podcast, bro.
Faggot.
Yeah. It makes us defend him, and it makes us defend the right. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to. I mean, I agree more with the right now because the left has gone fucking bonkers. It
is bonkers, dude. It's a literal cult. The thing about them is that,
like, but the right is creating a cult as well.
It is, but like the left is an orthodoxy that doesn't care about like logic, facts, or anything.
Right.
Now, the right is a different type of cult. The right is like this weird like death cult. They pride themselves on being like factual and intellectually consistent, and they're like, oh, like that, but like they have their blind spots, mainly Israel.
Oh, yeah, dude. We can get into that too, buddy. Yeah, dude. I mean, this shit happened. I mean, what the fuck happened? Some guy set himself on fire.
I don't remember homeboy's name.
What the fuck?
I gotta say, dude, though, and
is that real?
This is a controversial take for our type of folks. I don't think it was a good thing that he fucking killed himself, but I gotta say I respect him a little bit for standing by his convictions. And he was like, Israel is mass slaughtering and fucking genociding the Palestinians, and I'm just trying to bring like knowledge and whatever it is. And then he was like, all right, until fucking Israel stops. Then he fucking lit himself on fire.
Oh my
like
god,
a crazy
dude.
son of a bitch. And he was like, go Hamas, go Palestine. And then he fucking lit himself on fire.
Imagine killing. I mean, did he died, right?
He didn't die. Yeah, but he didn't die quick. He fucking. I watched a video. He was up there for a minute just standing.
Imagine just doing that.
Get down on the ground, like a cop
for a country that doesn't give a fuck about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean, they couldn't give a fuck about you.
I thought it was so funny. The cop's first reaction was to point a gun at a guy actively killing himself. Like,
yeah.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna shoot him? Like, you probably should, to put him out of his fucking misery, because he's dying slow and awful right now.
Yeah, dude.
It's so fucking goofy.
That dude. But no, you're definitely right about the Israel thing. You know?
Yeah, dude. No, it's fucking
Israel.
And all of these fucking Zionists, all these fucking quote unquote Jews are not Jews.
People do need to call the Zionism out as it is. You know, they should.
There's two different forms of Zionism too.
Yeah.
There's the political Zionist movement, which are from these quote unquote Jews that are like Khazarian fucking like Eastern European
Khazarian families.
Khazarian families that are going there and are like taking this fucking land and stealing it and making justifications for it and causing fucking like war and genocide and it's pretty fucking brutal and awful. And they've been doing it for about 100 years. Then there's this other movement, which is called Christian Zionism, which to me is the most anti-Semitic fucking movement there is, because these people are like raised to think that, first of all, Jews are just like us, except they're the chosen people, so they're kind of better than us. but they just don't love Jesus yet. They don't know that he's the Messiah. They're waiting on their Messiah. And we just have to kind of like teach them and wait for them to like, but in the meantime, like they need to build the third temple, and maybe they need to make enemies with the entire world, and maybe a whole bunch of them have to die so that we can bring Jesus back. So like they're like waiting, like it's a literal death cult. They were like, well, all Israel's gonna have to be destroyed, a whole bunch of Jews are gonna have to get murdered, but then we get Jesus and then the world ends. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Sure. Yeah.
So they're literally trying to end the world as we speak, and trying to fucking destroy the planet. And that's the thing where you'd be like, are you concerned about like the bees dying? Are you concerned about all the plastic, like these forever chemicals in the water? Are you concerned? Like, I'm not like a fucking lefty, like environmentalist, but like, I'm not worried about us using fossil fuels. I am worried about us, like plastic water bottles are a problem. I'm also, I'm concerned about like, some fucking shit like that. And they're just like, it's all right. Jesus is coming back.
Dude, I mean, literally
anything that I say to my mother, yeah, that's terrible. But you know what? Jesus is coming back. And so this world is just going to be destroyed anyway. So this world is meant to be destroyed. It's okay. You're like, well, what about all those chosen people, all those Jews that are like shooting Palestinian kids in the face? Well, it's necessary to bring Jesus back.
That's just war.
That's what has to happen. That child was born so that they could be shot by a Jew so that we could bring Jesus back. Okay.
And the funny thing is that they don't know that Christ is actually, he's already coming back through us, you know? His consciousness is being projected through us, through the people who say, like, you know, me and you would both say like we're probably not the best, you know, Christ type figures, you know what I mean? But
I'm not the greatest example,
but we strive to follow in those footsteps, and we understand that it is an energy and a consciousness as well. I think if you don't understand that, you're kind of like shutting yourself off to the actual meaning of Christ. You know what I mean? Like if you just think it's just some man, you know, whose father created you and that's it. And he performed some miracles and that's it. And he didn't, you know, and I don't know, man. I just think that.
Yeah, buddy, it's fucking fascinating, dude. And I want to jump in on this topic real quick. So like we were, because dude, I'm the fucking worst about getting like in rabbit holes, and I'll start jumping over here.
Yeah, dude, I'm bad about jumping around too. So forgive me if I
you're good,
or stumble or, you know, lose my place.
I'd have to forgive you and myself over and over again. So that's what I do. So the fascinating thing to me is we're watching the world turn more and more and more fucking degenerate left and right and center. We're watching like the mainstream media basically, and the mainstream like culture has gone so fucking like, I don't want to fucking be a hater, but they make me a fucking hater. Like this trans fucking bullshit is so fucking fake and gay. Like it, to me, I am like in my heart, I'm still a liberal. Meaning, like, I believe in full self-bodily autonomy. Like, meaning, if you own yourself completely, I own myself completely. If I want to fucking chop my fucking nose off and put a dick on it, all right, whatever. As long as I'm not hurting anybody else, I can fucking sit there and sew a fucking dick to my nose. I can chop my own dick off and sew it onto my fucking nose and walk around and wiggle a fucking dick on my face. That's my fucking prerogative, and I can fucking do that. I can be a fucking faggot retard and do that. But that's my own fucking problem.
Yeah, man.
And so like I still have that like streak in me. I'm still like, and maybe that's like the still like the radical leftist in me that still has that radical individualism that's in me, like Lysander Spooner, that individualist anarchist. That's still my fucking go-to. That's me internally, and I still want to fight the fucking system. I still want to say like fuck. Anyways, I still have that streak in me.
Right.
But whatever is going on right now is so fucking unnatural. And it is manipulative, and it's turning fucking kids. It's making kids confused about themselves.
Yes.
And it is corrupting it's corrupting our youth in a way that to me is so blatantly anti-human. And so blatantly, it's an attack on, it's an attack on,
our souls.
It's an attack on our souls, but it's an attack on the man. I don't even understand how to explain it.
The way life is supposed to be.
It's an attack to
life
me. It's an
itself.
attack on life itself.
Yeah, so it's anti-life.
It's anti-life. It's anti-fucking human.
Right.
It is trying to destroy its depopulation agenda, and it's trying to sow chaos and trying to And this is coming from an anarchist. Like, I want a certain degree of fucking like chaos and fuck the structure or whatever. But
yeah,
I still like structure is still important, man. And like,
it just needs to be made by the people.
So what you're seeing, man, is that these fucking young kids, like my son's age, are thirsting for structure. They're thirsting for like form. They're searching for they're looking for something to ground themselves in. And so like you're seeing that like faggy churches, like churches that are like, hey, everyone that's if you're a tranny, come in here. In fact, our fucking reverend is a lady tranny. You know, that kind of shit. Yeah. Those kind of churches are like falling apart right now. Oh, nobody's going to them. Their congregations are shrinking. People are
God's like striking them with lightning, isn't he? Haven't some churches been like hit with lightning and burned to the fucking ground, dude? Yeah, like literally, bro. Yeah, I've seen a few videos, man.
It's pretty funny, dude.
Or like the fucking lights will get like the they'll be doing a sermon, and then all of a sudden they'll say some off the wall anti-biblical shit that they're trying to make godly. And it, the lights will just go out, and they'll just be like, "Oh, that wasn't anything. There was nothing weird about that." It's just like, dude, you're fucked, bud. Like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I hate that shit, bro.
It's interesting, dude, because we'll get into that because that's another fucking rabbit hole in itself.
Yeah, no, for sure, dude.
What I'm seeing, dude, is that this younger generation is looking for structure and a lack of chaos. And so like things like the Orthodox Church, like they're fucking growing. Any Orthodox, like really strict, like ones that have wisdom, tradition, values, things that have like something that is like grounded in the past, something that is grounded in something like has some fucking history behind it. People are fucking flocking to it like crazy.
Yeah.
And but the other problem too is this neo-reactionary movement, which I'm guilty of myself. I call myself a reactionary. I'm kind of a weird right-wing weirdo, like where I'm not a fucking violent Nazi or something, but like I'm a fucking like I'm like reacting to all this shit, and like I find myself guilty of that shit all the time. But something fucking interesting just happened in our little shitty community, like literally in the neighborhood at the high school that my son was going to go to. There was like a fucking like a gun scare, and like the last few fucking days the kids haven't been at school, and I didn't even fucking hear about this until I had one of my son's friends come over, and he sent me an article and sent me all these fucking pictures, and that's what we're going to talk about right now.
Oh shit. Okay. Damn, dude.
There is a fucking reactionary Nazi movement growing in the fucking high schools right now because of all the trannies, all the weird shit that's happening, all the weird faggy stuff, and they're just like, I'm sick of this shit. I want like, and that to me is the most dangerous, scary fucking thing that's going to happen, dude. Because the more and more that the left has pushed, like this has been, I've had this explained to me and by several people that are smarter than me, like philosophical folks that have explained to me that fascism and the hard right movements have always occurred as a reaction to communism or to hard left ideologies. And it's always like, it's a hard reaction. It's a hard fucking reset that happens. And then, and like, it doesn't occur naturally. It's one of these things that like happen because of how far the left pushes. And we've seen the fucking left push so fucking hard that they are literally defending having like teaching kids
pedophilia,
about sex in fucking third grade and shit. And so the fucking reaction that's going to happen is this hard right movement. And I want to fucking pull up this article, dude. It's pretty fucking interesting, dude. So we're going to pull this shit up. I'm going to screen share.
Stumptown Research Collective.
Yeah, let's fucking do this. So screen share. Yeah, here we go. So this says, can you see it?
Yeah, I'm just watching on my other screen. I have a bigger screen.
This happened in Hillsboro, Oregon, which is like literally like 20 minutes from me. I used to live right there. My son was going to go to this fucking high school. Look at these fucking kids, dude. Look, are you seeing this shit?
Dude, yeah.
These are high school kids. This article exposes two of the founders of the American Banderite Network, or the ABN, a neo-Nazi political party, as part of two 16-year-old twins who are currently juniors at Century High School in Hillsboro, Oregon.
Those two fags are the leaders?
These two shitbags right here. Yeah, it says, as they are minors, we will continue to identify them as AB or AP and BP because they're not going to say their names. However, if they continue to engage in neo-Nazi organizing, their full names and unredacted faces will be released. And
I think they should release their fucking faces, man.
Yeah, dude. To any of these kids considering organizing with these kids in the future, know that they will put you on blast. Here we go. So look at these fucking kids. Here goes. The full scope of the ABN's activities and breakdown of their political ideology presented with this comparison article. Okay. If you're only interested in learning about the AP and BP, blah, 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 blah. I don't even know how much I want to read, but let's look at these fucking pictures. So anybody that's watching this, take a look at these fucking photos. These fucking kids have ARs. These kids are fucking fully armed. They're calling themselves Romanian guys. The screenshots show these kids. This kid identifies as based Romanian, 1933, or Romanian guy. They have Telegram handles. Look at these fucking kids. The American Banderite Network.
What the fuck?
Dude, to me, it's like, first of all, how do these fucking kids have the money?
Wait a minute. Isn't that the Ukrainian... Isn't that the fucking like Azov battalion symbol?
It's fucking interesting, dude. A lot of them are like, they're fucking hearkening back to that kind of shit. Look at that thing. Good night, left side with the blue and yellow. Do you see that? They're using like the Ukrainian fucking symbols. They're using the Iron Cross. This shit, like, I just found this shit out myself. Look at this. Like
the whole blood and soil shit.
Blood and soil shit. Yeah, they have all this fucking Nazi regalia. They got their American flags again with different fucking ARs, more fucking kids. They call themselves nationalist legionnaires 777.
Yeah.
National Legionnaire 777.
Does your son know any of these kids?
My son doesn't. My son's friend does. My son's friend.
What did he say about him?
He just knew him peripherally, you know what I mean? Because they were like in the same high school, and this shit just came out. Like he wasn't friends with him or anything, but it's like, yeah. See, I'm a traditional nationalist socialist, so I'm also that I don't like. So I also don't like that skinhead stuff. But you're still cool. Like so these guys,
dude. The thing about skinheads is that the original skinheads were black. they were rude boys. So
yeah, the Jamaicans.
well, back when you had
Look at this, the Celtic Cross.
I see it.
Patriot Front. So these kids consider themselves like they identify with the Patriot Front.
Oh wow.
So like to me, this like
Huh.
I want to fucking talk a little bit about this. Like, look at this picture here. The Holodomor was a genocide. Remember the victims of communism. And there's some fucking truth to that, man. Like, and people don't fucking talk about it enough because they, to me, it's fodder to this shit because, like, because the Holodomor gets scoffed at. They don't fucking talk about it. Like anything that happened that communists did, like it literally gets swept under the rug and people don't think about it, talk about it anymore. Because it's unpopular. You're only supposed to say Hitler bad.
But
it allows these young kids that hear about it, they're like, wait, what? What the fuck was the Holodomor? Oh, you mean the entire fucking Bolshevik revolution, the whole Bolshevik party, the whole leaders of the Bolsheviks were all Jewish and they murdered how many million Ukrainians? They starved them to death. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden you can, because that's not taught about, it can be used as like, oh, they're trying to hide this from me. You know what I mean? And then you can radicalize these young kids because in a weird way, it is being hidden from them because people don't want to fucking talk about it. And it is fucking bizarre, dude. Yeah, look at these fucking kids, man. They're sitting here with more fucking guns.
Yeah, that's school shooter vibes.
This is school shooter vibes, dude.
And you got a school full of kids like that?
Look at these fucking kids, man.
Like all these kids go to the same school?
All these kids go to the same school.
I'm guessing it's an all-white school.
Look at these kids. Like, there's a whole fucking group of them. They're all sitting here throwing up the Roman salute. They've got the black sun right there. This is
I see that.
Fucking kids. Look at them, dude.
I saw
Here's
that when you showed.
Huge group of them right here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I count 17 right here. Kids all sitting here throwing the Roman salute. Here's some fucking filthy Nazi, and he's got I don't remember what that symbol is. That's a rune of some sort. I forget what that rune means, but yeah, this guy is a fucking Nazi. Here's some more fucking Nazis. These are the guys that are like that they're looking up to.
And people call Trump supporters Nazis. These motherfuckers right here are the ones that haven't come out the woodwork yet. Guess what? They're coming out now, dude.
So I guess this is what I'm trying to fucking bring up is that I am worried that, like, because I know some folks that are kind of right-wing reactionary people that are getting more and more fucking radicalized, that are more and more scared of what the WEF says, them saying that you're going to own nothing and you're going to be happy, you're going to eat the bugs, we're going to fucking take your homes away, you're not going to be able to drive. Like these folks, unfortunately, instead of trying to do things on their own and trying to fucking, dude, it's fucking sucks, dude, because you are kind of putting a rock in a hard place. But I feel like I'm watching my own friends get more and more radicalized. And I see these younger generations like falling for the propaganda where it's like, man, I get it. Also, the answer is not to fucking go and kill a bunch of people. So apparently, like, I'll share the article in the fucking show notes, but apparently they were talking about, like, I don't know if my son's buddy was the one that told me about it or if it was actually in the article or not, but they were talking about like they're going to find a bunch of blacks, they're going to find a bunch of Jews, they're going to find a bunch of gays, like fags and trannies, and they're going to kill them all. They're like literally talking about it. And I'm like, dude, what? These are fucking like 15, 16-year-old kids. They are armed to the tits. They look like they're organized. They have all their fucking propaganda. They have all their fucking flags and this and that. And to me, it
so can nothing be done about that?
Government psyop.
Like, yeah, that's what I was just about to say. So nothing's being done about that.
Yeah, dude, where are they getting their fucking
their guns?
Their guns. Where are they getting their sweet flags? Where are they getting all their, like, you know, all their fucking shit that they have?
Yeah.
Like,
it's paid, fucking, you know, hey, do this and keep your fucking mouth shut. A kid,
dude,
in a second, dude, a teenager, So
I tell you what, man, when I was
impressionable,
young,
man.
you could have talked me into all kinds of stupid things.
Oh, I'd have done rituals and, come to this party and get, then when you get there, yeah, go ahead and take your clothes off, kid.
Dude, I'm actually slightly concerned about it because like I've been talking about this right-wing reaction that's going to happen. And this to me is some fucking pretty goddamn good evidence that it's actually happening, and that they are in the same way that the left is taking the youth and they are manipulating them and they're grooming them and turning them into like queers and like getting ready to get diddled. There is a hard right movement that is also grooming these fucking kids. Like these kids were fucking groomed on Telegram, on 4chan, on all this.
So you're saying that the right is doing the same thing
100%
as the left is doing with the trans, but the right's doing it by nationalism or like
whatever you want to call that.
Well, like white nationalism.
Yes,
what
dude.
Hitler would call,
because what I really think is happening is that there are an elite group of psychopaths on top that are fucking pieces of shit.
I think they're on both sides.
Absolutely. Like they're using the
Same
left to get the kids
two
all
different
soft.
ways to do it.
They're getting the kids all soft and get them all diddleable and ready to take and get butt fucked and
ready for diddling.
Shit. And then the ones on the right, they're getting ready to be like soldiers and getting them all like fucked up and radicalized. And then the thing is, what they really want is they want a fucking like completely divided society. And they want, dude, they're itching for a fucking civil war because the second that they can have this big fucking war, like think about it like Hunger Games status. You know what I mean? Like when they talk about it, like the different districts and how there was like a rebellion and how they get to enact their fucking governing body, right? They get to fucking take over when there's a fucking actual civil war. Because like I think what's gonna happen in the next couple of years. Now, mark my words, this is my prediction. I could be 100% wrong, dude. But my prediction is this. Like, especially after watching the State of the Union that just came out, right?
Jesus.
That goofy bullshit.
That fucking shit, dude.
Biden was so fucking bad. He was so fucking bad and so fucking divisive. It was the most divisive State of the Union address I've ever seen ever.
Yeah, man.
And he's so unpopular. People fucking hate him. The only people that like him are the fucking orthodoxy, the people that are just
I had to stop watching it, bro.
In.
I had to turn that shit off, man. It was
so
pissing.
To me,
I was like, fuck this guy.
What is going to be more divisive? If Donald Trump wins, Donald Trump might win. Right? That's what everyone thinks is going to happen. And the left is going to lose their mind. They're going to freak out. But like, I think what is going to be way more fucking divisive is if after all this shit, Joe Biden wins again.
Oh,
Joe Biden wins again.
If he wins again,
if he steals it, they make it even more obvious.
It's over.
Dude,
you might as well. There'll be guys calling into work. You will see some things, man. There will be some shit that will go
light
down.
The fucking fuse. That's gonna be what like the MK Ultra fucking light the fuse.
What they want to be the race war, that Charles Manson talked about.
Buddy, that's what I really feel in my fucking bones is gonna happen. That's what they're really gonna do. Because obviously, if the fucking popular vote actually counted, which it doesn't, Donald Trump would win in a goddamn landslide.
Oh, dude.
Nobody's going to fucking vote for that old senile pedophile. Like, nobody gives a fuck about Joe Biden. He's
maybe 25. I'd say probably 20% of the population are actually
less.
You think it's less?
25. I would say it's 25% of the voting population because only like 40% of the population even fucking will vote. People don't even realize that. The majority of people sit it out and don't vote.
They need to have every single fucking ballot checked for like the person, where they are, if they fucking died. I mean, dude,
that's the thing that nobody wants to talk about, dude, is that like
Get me in
Donald
there,
Trump-
man. I'll fucking do it. Nonpartisan, unbiased. Fucking go in there and I will hand do every vote. It'll take me about a month.
It'll take you a
Give me
lot
a
longer
month.
than that, dude. But here's the thing.
I don't know, man.
Here's the thing.
Give me a couple Adderalls, dude, and fucking.
You're gonna need a river.
I need a
of
whole
Adderall.
prescription of Adderall.
But
A
here's the thing,
river of
is that
Adderall.
They don't fucking talk about this. First of all, even if every single 100% of the votes went to Donald Trump and 0% went to Joe Biden, the Electoral College still decides it.
Yeah, it's still selected, not elected.
It's still fucking selected. So it's so fucking stupid that we even vote and that our vote even gets counted. That's bullshit. And then secondly, so that's just first of all. First of all,
Right.
your vote is literally meaningless and it doesn't do shit.
Right.
So your power already negated. We're not in a democracy. We're in an oligarchy. I'm sorry, you fucking retard.
Null
You think your
and
vote
void,
counts?
dude.
Then go get in the retard squisher. Go get in a fucking submarine and I'll take you to the Titanic, retard. So that's the first one. Now the second thing is this that no one wants to talk about this. Donald Trump supposedly in this last election got the most votes ever that ever had been ever voted ever.
Yeah.
Except for Joe Biden. Now Joe Biden somehow, like literally the most millions ever voted ever went to Donald Trump. And then somehow at the very last second, Joe Biden got even more than that. And then if you add those together, the number, it's more than there is registered voters.
It's because he's so popular, dude.
So there's more fucking votes out there by millions than there are registered voters. So where do those fucking votes come from? I don't hear a single
the fucking grave
about that.
The fucking grave, the underworld or heaven or wherever the fuck the souls are of the dead body or the dead people whose names they used. That's some shit, man. When I heard that, I was like, oh my God. And then I heard from someone I know, a couple people in their family whose names were used. This was back a few years ago when I was at work. And yeah, man, I mean, that voting system is fucked and flawed in so many ways.
It's pretty fucked, dude. So they can make it look however they fucking want. And I'm not even getting into the fucking like how those machines can be fucking hijacked, how they can be fucking manipulated, because they can.
Yeah.
Like the machines that you use to vote, that shit can easily be manipulated in any fucking way they want. So to me, that's just my prediction. Maybe I'm wrong, but
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Don't say that.
Joe Biden
You're not wrong.
is gonna fucking win. We're gonna get another 4 years of this fuck. I don't think he's gonna make it. I don't know who's gonna VP is gonna be. I don't know if he's gonna.
It's either gonna be fucking her or Michael.
Her, Michael, yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's fucking interesting, dude. And to me, that's gonna be the igniter that's gonna set off this wild
first trans president, dude. You know what I mean? Black trans, first black trans president, Michael Obama.
Michael O. fucking Obama. I mean, and if that thing is a woman, I'm sorry, but that thing's hideous, dude.
Dude, have you seen the fucking hog on that thing, dude?
Here's the thing,
man.
It's like
every time he dances, it's just like just flopping, dude.
I'm not convinced that it's a tranny, but I'm also not convinced that it's not. I'm like, that's another thing I'm agnostic about.
Fucking
it's like
Joan Rivers, dude.
Because I can't fucking trust images and videos that I see online anymore.
But Joan Rivers says that, Michelle's a tranny, and then less than a month later is fucking dead.
Yep.
That's all the proof I really need, because I know how these people work. I know how this whole Clinton body count, I mean, it goes hand in hand. They're all part of the whole, the they're all part of the Bush cult, so they're all Rockefellers, and so they're all Rothschilds.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If they're Rockefellers, then they're fucking Rothschilds.
And you know something crazy? 2 days after me, Donut, and Thomas did that podcast about this, the surrealism ball, Jacob Rothschild passed away 2 days later. And I think it was like the night that Thomas and Cheney were doing, what's it called? Society of Good Guys, or
yeah, shout out Cheney. We love Cheney.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out Cheney, man. But it was the night they were doing their podcast on the Bach saga, which Thomas said was like 5 hours, I think. That's when, like, that morning is when Jacob Rothschild died. And so
I'm gonna try to get a big Bach saga episode out. I've had some folks on talk about the Bach saga in the past.
I'm not too familiar with it, man.
It's an interesting idea, dude. And we have some folks that are very suspicious and skeptical.
Can you give me like a synopsis of what it is?
Sure, man. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna play Bach advocate and give you the synopsis of it. So their story is this: that at the beginning of time, basically, the first people that started writing history, the first humans, came from Finland. They came from all the way up in the north, and they started writing this history. And it is called the Bach saga. The first family was the Bach family. And they have like a crazy cosmology, dude. They have this crazy fucking
like the first family to ever exist with a last name.
Human family, yeah, the very first human family ever was the Bach family, and they have this whole story and history behind it, and they can explain absolutely everything, and they can explain, like, it's fucking wild, dude. Like, if you listen, like, to them explain it, it brings true in so many different ways and explains so many like historical events and gods and this and that. Like they have an answer for fucking everything. And it's fucking crazy, dude.
I'm gonna look into it, man.
And you should. But then there's also the people that think it's absolutely retarded. And there's
always have
sides to it that are fucking, and they have their fucking say. And so, like, I don't want to talk shit about it because I'm gonna be the neutral arbiter, and I'm gonna try to get some.
That's what I try to be like.
My hardcore like Bach folks on, and then I'm gonna have some of the folks that are on the fence with the Bachs, and I'm gonna try to have like a good conversation. Between all of them, and see what we can fucking do. That's what I'm going to try to do. So I'm not going to, I think it's fucking fascinating. I've never like super bought into it myself, but I think that there's like gigantic pieces of truth in it. Like there's big pieces that, like, to me, everything like they say,
there's pieces of truth in everything to me. Yeah. Yeah.
And they have, I feel like the Bach saga has a couple fucking big pieces of the jigsaw puzzle.
I got you.
But yeah. Anyways, it's fucking fascinating, dude. It's fucking neat.
Oh yeah, dude.
And I don't know, but real fast, I want to play something for everybody that's listening. Everybody that knows Brandon Thomas. Brandon Thomas is a good friend of the show, a good friend of mine. His show is called Expanding Reality. They are doing a get together in a couple of months, and they're getting together May 15th, 2024. And it's in like, I want to say it's like Georgia. I think they're all getting together in Georgia. And I was invited to be a speaker and to be part of one of the guys over there. And I am unfortunately not going to be able to make it. Because I'm going to take my fucking wife we're having our 5-year anniversary. We're going to go to Idaho. And we're going to go to Montana. We're going to have the fucking trip. And I don't have enough vacation time to do both. It's going to be fucking awesome.
That's great, dude.
But I want to fucking do a little promo for my friends. So
yeah, go ahead, dude.
It's gonna have a bunch of our good our friends there. So like Chris Zed from Generation Z, if people have heard of him, I'm sure. Also some good friends of the show, Chris Matthew. Obviously Brandon Thomas is gonna be there. Alexander Petikoff. Some other like really cool folks are gonna be there. And so Brandon put together a little video. We're gonna play it really fast. So this is called Befriending Bigfoot event. And man, I wish I could be there. Everybody, please go check this out. If you're anywhere near
Befriending Bigfoot.
Yeah, dude. If you're anywhere near Georgia in the next couple months, dude, definitely go and fucking do this, man. This is gonna be fucking awesome. This is gonna be a once in a lifetime opportunity, really. They are coming on the West Coast here, and when they do, they're gonna go to they're going up here in my neck of the woods, and I'll definitely be there. So we can talk Bigfoot, do some Bigfoot hunting. Any people that are looking forward to that. So, but check this out.
The haunting legends of a mighty Bigfoot have made man's blood run cold for centuries. Some terrific and some terrifying. The southern Appalachian Mountains whisper the mysteries of this strange and powerful creature through its smoky hills and ominous embrace. This is Brandon Thomas with Expanding Reality, elated to announce our very first Expanding Reality Excursions Befriending Bigfoot event. This is going to take place on a beautiful 27-acre ranch in Blairsville, Georgia, May 15th through the 20th. This intimate conference is going to feature Bigfoot adventure hikes in 3 different states, river kayaking, nightly presentations from such incredible presenters as Alexander Petikoff, Chris Matthew, Dave Zed, Preston Dennett, and many more. Also, we're going to be doing some UFO watching, some jam sessions, all kinds of hangouts. Visit expandingrealitypodcast.com/events for more information. That's expandingrealitypodcast.com/events. We'll see you there.
All right, so that obviously is going to be fucking awesome. Everybody that listens to our show,
shout out Brandon, man.
Yeah, so shout out Brandon Thomas, shout out Expanding Reality, shout out Chris Zed, shout out like Chris Matthew, love Chris Matthew. Those are all good friends of the show. So
I don't know any of you guys, but shout out to y'all, brother.
Yeah, no, these are all fucking great people. They've been on the show numerous times. They're fucking wonderful people. So they're doing an awesome event in Georgia. It's just so fucking far away from me. There's no way I'm going to do it. Not this time, unfortunately. I thought about it.
If you do, you have to come and stay with me.
I got so many friends out there too, dude. It's just.
Well, I know you got to go see Thomas, and
it's a fucking drive, man.
Dude, if you go to Florida though, you can knock out a lot of those friend visits. You know how many? I realize so many of the people that we have in this community are from Florida, dude. I mean, you got Cheney, Thomas, Juan, Narco Longo. I'm forgetting more names, but there's a lot of people. Yeah, man. And but I was going to bring up in northern Mississippi, close to Oxford, where Ole Miss is, in Taylor, Mississippi. There's stories of a dog man. Because I was talking to my wife and I was like, yo, I really want to go like squatch watching or whatever you may call it, Bigfoot hunting. I want to go Bigfoot hunting, babe. And so she looked on Facebook and there's like a cryptids group or whatever, and Mississippi cryptids, there's like 100 people in it, because no one in Mississippi is on shit, dude. We're 5 to 10 years behind everything in the music scene. Like back when, there was a very prevalent music scene here when I was younger. I don't know about so much anymore. I've been to a few shows that my buddy books, but anyway, so she looked up this one group, and up in Oxford there is a dog man apparently in a small town called Taylor. And I wanted to go up there and just fucking, go to where, because one thing, the guy that saw it was this younger black guy whose family, lived out there in the woods in the country. And I think she saved it where the location was, where he saw it, where it was him, and then his uncle had said he had seen it. And then in Bienville, Mississippi, which is maybe an hour from here, there's apparently Sasquatches, multiple. And so I really wanted to go over there too. And,
I mean, you should, dude. It's
stay the night, camp out.
Life is short, brother.
Yeah, man.
I mean, even if you don't find Bigfoot, you're still going to go there. You're going there with the right intentions. You're going there to have fun. You're going to do an awesome
something creepy may happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We went in, when we went to look for Bigfoot, we were in the right location, the right time of year. We were sitting there just southeast of Mount Hood and near Portland, Oregon, where the majority of Sasquatch sightings that we had been, because we've been in a lot of these little Facebook groups and stuff, and where we had people reaching out to us saying he's near Estacada, he's near where we were at. And so we were getting lots of fucking sighting from folks. And dude, it's so fucking fun, man. You're there with fucking friends. You're there. You got to find some folks in your neck of the woods, man. Start interacting with some of those schizos in that fucking in that Mississippi.
There was some lady, this guy that I know up at work said he saw some lady outside of one of the Walgreens up in Madison with pamphlets about how our governor Tate Reeves, who's a Trump supporter, how he was involved in this pedophile. And I asked him, I asked the guy, I was like, did you get any of the pamphlets? He was like, no. I was like, fuck you, man. I was like, you knew I would have wanted one of those just to see how
have that guy on the show, dude.
No, dude, the guy I'm talking about?
Yeah, the guy you're talking about.
Man, he doesn't have the pamphlets. No, it was
the dude that had the pamphlets.
Oh, her? No, yeah, it was some fucking lady, dude.
Yeah.
But I haven't met anyone, man. I mean, I've met people who are into it, but no one who's man. I mean, I have a couple friends who I plan on having on the podcast, who actually know a thing or two. And then a couple of friends that don't, that we're just going to fuck around and maybe just rant and talk about shit and drink. And, we're kind of going to do a whole lot of different things on Greypilled. My wife's going to come on and she's going to do some episodes about we're going to do some episodes about some real deep shit. The divine feminine and the Salem witch trials and, but yeah, man, it's going to be fun.
Your wife is lovely, by the way. We had an awesome conversation. Yeah. Your wife is
dude, no, cool. She loves you and Thomas, man. She's having dinner with her best friend right now. They're right around the corner. But yeah, dude, no. I was gonna bring up something else.
Well,
I kind of forgot what we were talking about for a second there. The fucking shit is getting to me,
Yeah, it's all good, man. I've had some folks that are dogman experts on the show. And this has been a while back, and man, this is probably episode 60 or something, way back. Paz, my homie Paz, and I should probably have Paz back on the show. It's been a minute. From Timeline Earth. Shout out to Timeline Earth. Everybody go watch their fucking show. They're great.
Shout out Timeline Earth.
But Paz is a dogman expert and was explaining to me that like a lot of dogman sightings are in Louisiana, and a lot of them which is fucking interesting that there's something to do with it's something to do with like a French bloodline, that like the people that see dogman. My cat is in this room and it's meowing.
Oh, it's all good, dude. That's awesome.
One of my cats is in here.
Shout out to your cat, man.
Yeah. But it's fucking fascinating that like the people that are seeing him.
What French family? Is it the French family that got Sam Tripoli taken off, or like
the CZARS or whatever that fucking family was?
Pesur.
I don't think so.
Pesur. Dude, I'm gonna be talking about them a bunch. I don't give a fuck.
Let's talk about them, man. Like,
kick me off, dude. Like,
I don't remember who Sam had on. Like, talking about.
It was he was talking about. Also, he brought up. It was this one guy.
Shut up, kitty.
It was a black guy.
We're gonna have to. Yeah, I would fucking love to have whoever his guest was. We'll try to reach out to and talk about the Passar family, because,
dude, I mean, they are mentioned in Fritz Springmeier's Bloodlines. I have all 3 of the books. I think they're definitely mentioned in the Rothschild chapter, maybe in the Russell, probably in the Russell, C.T. Russell. Charles Taze started the Jehovah's Witness. And the Russell family is one of the 13 bloodlines. He was a real piece of shit. You know what I mean?
Dude, you hear about the 13 bloodlines. Let's go into that for a second. We got a few minutes.
Dude.
Like,
how long do you want to go for?
I can go for another fucking half hour. Let's fucking go.
We can go for another half hour, brother. Hey, hold on. I actually have some shit on. Like, I can read directly. You don't have to look anything up. That sounds good.
Can you hear this cat purring? Because I can hear him like a son of a bitch.
No, I can't. That's awesome, man.
She is loud as shit, but yeah, I didn't know how much the mic is going to pick up her purring. She's a loud little purring kitty.
Let's see. Hold on. I have a lot of I have like a little knowledge journal, and then I have a fucking knowledge journal. I have a Pantheon journal, and then I have my notebook with all my stuff I'm doing research on for the episodes and notes and whatnot. I got my Black Nobility bloodlines in this one. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Gotcha, bud. Okay, that's more Black Nobility. Damn.
We can talk some Black Nobility too.
Dude, yeah, let's come back to that. 20th century Rothschild family tree that I wrote down. Damn, dude.
That's some creepy shit.
That's awesome that I did that. I don't remember doing that. Here we go. Okay, so we got the.
Let's name all of these fucks.
Okay, so we got the Astor family starting off.
Family, okay.
Yeah, John Jacob
so let's
Astor.
Start out with fuck the Astor family. Okay.
Well, he was one of the 3 men. It was him, the Strauss guy, and then the Guggenheim guy that died on the Titanic. Yeah, John Jacob. So maybe he was like trying to break his curse to his,
Yeah, because they were against
his generational curse
of banking. They were against the Federal Reserve.
He was against, dude. If you watch Titanic now, there's a scene that I never saw growing up, or probably never paid attention to. Wherever they're having the dinner, and fucking Jack is in there having dinner with all the rich people and shit, and they go have the cigars, and he doesn't go. It goes to the cigar room for a second, and that you know, the guy that fucking Billy Zane plays, and the other guys, they're like, and then Rockefeller said, and like, you're like, whoa, I saw that. And like, when me and my wife watched it, we let our son watch it. We let him cover his eyes during the boobs, even though I'm sure he peeked or he tried to see, but he was doing something at school on the Titanic, and so we were like, fuck it, we'll just watch the movie with him. I was a lot younger when I saw it, and I saw the tits, so didn't fuck me up any. But yeah, man. I mean, I think that shit was fucking blown up, man. I think the Titanic was blown up. Kitty, I didn't even fucking, dude, see? That's how.
I agree, dude. There was a fucking psyop involved in that.
Did I?
Yeah.
I didn't even see your kitty. That's a pretty kitty, man.
That was a pretty kitty. That's Ramona. That's the little girl.
Oh, Ramona, hello. I have my Maltipoo somewhere, dude. He's part of the Knights of Maltese. Get it?
So let's so we have the Astor family. Who's next?
Okay, next is the Bundy family. And I completely believe that Ted Bundy was part of this family, like the retarded brother that they kept in the basement, who they let out and were like, let's just let him go out there and do his thing. He's going to look good because he comes from our genes, you know. I mean,
because Ted Bundy is one of these interesting folks. He was part of the Republican Party. He was like running for fucking
man,
and stuff. He was tied in.
That. You're right. Yeah.
He was a fucking interesting dude. Obviously a giant piece of shit, but like, to me, he's one of those people that couldn't control their impulses. So like, I think he was probably part of something like bigger than that, because like, he got away with it for a long time.
You want to hear my theory on most serial killers?
Absolutely.
They were
CIA ties and fucking bloodline
CIA ties, yes, but basically these killings they did were all sacrificial in some way, and they fulfilled certain rituals being done behind the scenes to where the elites didn't have to get their hands dirty at all. Matter of fact, you know, this doesn't tie to them whatsoever. The person doesn't even remember who they are anymore. You know what I mean? I mean, their fucking mind is.
Yeah.
Until David Berkowitz comes back 30 years later, once he gains, you know, he comes to Christ or whatever and starts talking about the process church. You know?
Dude, no, there's some serious like MK Ultra ties to a lot of the fucking serial killer shit.
Definitely. Me and Cody shouts out Oddfellows, man.
Yep, shout out the homie.
Our boy Cody.
Oddfellowsclothing.com.
Oddfellows brand clothing.
Oddfellowsbrand.com. Yeah. And
maybe,
he gave me a promo code. So everybody, like, if you like the fucking weird schizo t-shirts that we wear and some fun fucking cool stuff, go to oddfellowsbrand.com, and he gave me the promo code, I think it's all caps, lesbian. So if you use the promo code lesbian, you're gonna get 10%.
Shouts out Cody, man.
So
that's my fucking boy, dude.
If you want to support like a fellow fucking skits, he's a local fucking parent.
He's a good dude,
guy.
Man.
He's
a good dad.
Good
he's a family man.
He's a family man. He has a young kid. Like, he's one of us, dude. He
questions everything.
Good fucking dude. Local fucking guy. So anybody in the Portland area, he's a local guy from fucking Oregon, from Portland, and he makes awesome, like, occult, esoteric t-shirts, clothing, like, cool fucking shit.
He has the one that I ordered. It says American Patriot. Well, it's the guy.
Yeah. My buddy just bought that shirt. Yeah,
that's the one I ordered. But we did an episode on it was just a live. I basically labeled it as a rant, you know. It was about 2 hours long, but we talked about the Process Church and how Jimmy Savile did an article in their publish that they put out every month, their little zine. Mary Tyler Moore used to hang out with David Grimson, the guy that started it, who was a Scientologist. We talked about Charles Manson and how there's a video. Of course, my fucking I should have whenever we get off
I have a family
here in a little
connection
bit,
with Charles Manson, which is interesting. And I've said it too many times on the show, but my dad was his personal fucking drug dealer and used to sell him acid and was a good friend of his and used to do,
man, I remember
used to
you
do
telling me
heroin
that.
with him and one of the dudes from the Beatles. Not the Beatles, sorry. The
Beach Boys.
Yeah, that's right. And they were all good buddies.
Yeah, man. And then something I didn't bring up was the ties that Damien Eccles, the West Memphis 3, had to the Process Church, his tattoos that kind of like connected to them. And Johnny Depp, I believe, has the same tattoo. I think it's the Process Church. Like, I think that may be the tattoo. It may not. It may be some other weird occult shit. Who knows? But
okay,
let's get back, bro,
yeah,
to
let's
the
get
families.
back to it. So before we got the Astor family, and
then we had the Bundy family.
The Bundy family.
All right, then we have the Collins family, and that's where you get John Todd, Lance Collins. You know, the guy who came out in the 70s talking about how he was an Illuminati, you know, a witch, and how what I thought was interesting. As a kid, I loved the show Dark Shadows. It would come on in the mornings, very early on like TMC or AMC. And I would wake up sometimes when I was a kid, like real early, just, I don't know, my parents divorced when I was really young. So maybe I was going through some kind of, you know, anxiety or trauma. I basically would wake up and just turn on TV, and it was the scene, or like the setting of me watching Dark Shadows, like as the sun is coming up in like my back room of my mom's house, where like I have my own window and door to the back porch, and like it's just so like nostalgic to me, dude. But Dark Shadows is about a vampire named Barnabas Collins who was cursed by a witch who worked for them called Angelique. The actress is very attractive. All the women in the show are gorgeous, dude. Like it's a great, if you like 70s horror, or like, I mean, dude, it's like a soap opera, but like a paranormal soap opera. Dark Shadows, like the movie with Johnny Depp. And it's very funny they had Helena Bonham Carter, because I was told by Thomas that she is actually a Rothschild.
That is not surprising to me. She's also a giant fucking Zionist.
Yeah, she is.
I was pretty fucking disappointed to find out.
Because she's cool as shit, dude.
Yeah, she seems like she's cool as shit.
These actors and actresses are ruining their fucking reps for their movies. Like I'm taking movies off of shelves, man. You know what I mean? I mean, there's some movies that, you know, I can look past, but some people, man, if I find out too much about them, I'm just like, fuck you. You know what I mean? Fuck you. But well, okay. So Dark Shadows. So John Todd claimed to be part that Dark Shadows was made. But what I was saying was the movie fucking sucked. It just sucked. It was supposed to be, they was trying to be funny. There's nothing funny about that show. That show is tragic. It's fucking dark and tragic, dude. It's very goth, like super goth-esque, like the fucking aesthetic of it. Great fucking show though, dude. Like as a show, I watched 14 seasons of it. There's like 30. I watched 14 when I lived in Hattiesburg, when I went to USM. I get stoned and just sit in my dorm all fucking baked out and just fucking watch Dark Shadows on my laptop.
I never watched Dark Shadows, man. What
dude, it's just a TV show from the 70s, but it's about a vampire who was cursed by this witch, and he basically dies. His love, like the woman he loved, dies. She falls to her death, and then he dies, or he's put in like a binding spell in this coffin. But he came over from England to America. So they buried him in this tomb in the cemetery. And he basically like connects with this crazy, this schizo guy, probably a conspiracy theorist named Willie from the town, from the house is called Collinswood. I forgot the town's name, but maybe Collinsville. But basically like connects with this guy, and the guy comes and resurrects him. And he comes to the present Collins house in the 70s and is like, I'm your cousin from England, Barnabas. I'm the great grandson of the original Barnabas Collins. And they're like, you look just like him. It's like, because it is him. You know what I mean? And he lives in the old house that they have, which was his. And it's a great fucking show, dude. It really is. But anyway, John Todd claimed to be this witch or like high priest of the Illuminati.
I remember this. John Todd was kind of a fucking nut, right? He was kind of one of these.
He was a meth addict. He smoked crystal meth.
And then he claimed then he became like a hardcore, like
Christian, but like Christian. A fucking like dogma. Like if you're a clairvoyant, you're possessed. Or like if you fuck with crystals, that's satanic. That's of the devil. Yep. And it's like, okay, dude, I don't know what you found.
Talked about John Todd.
You did not find Christ, bro. I don't know what you found, but you did not find Christ. Everything God created, it's all about intent and how you use it. Same thing goes with rituals, high magic, low magic, white magic, dark magic. I mean, you can call it what you want. If you're a Christian and you want to say that it's all evil, whatever, that's what you think. But me being an atheist for so long, and the way that I found Christ, not being through dogma or anything, really proves to the fact that this esoteric Christian stuff that we look into, bro, it opens it up even more.
Yeah, dude.
It honestly makes me even closer to what I call my Christ or the Holy Spirit.
I 100% understand what you're saying, man, because I mean that's where I'm at. To be honest, like the whole idea of Christianity to me is something that was a religion and philosophy and a type of way of life that was called the way. And it was a way of connecting with the creator, with God. And then it was co-opted by the Roman fucking church, by the Romans, and turned into this like state religion. And they made all of these laws and these different like rules and made it to like something that you'd call like religious law. Right. And to me, it is nothing like what it actually was. And to me, there are people that I think are closer to Christ that are of different religions than are some of the folks that are claimed to be Christians.
Yep. Yeah,
and
dude.
I don't, I can't say that I know all the answers because I definitely don't.
Me either.
And if you're taking anything I say as like gospel, you're mistaken, buddy. But I'm just doing my best, and I'm trying to connect.
You're doing a great fucking job, brother.
And I'm trying to connect to God the best way I can. And my wife now kind of makes fun of me and calls me a universalist because I used to make fun of universalists a lot. And I'm not a universalist, but kind of.
What's a universalist per se? Like what?
Kind of what a universalist is, and I'm not a fucking universalist. It is the whole idea of like, no matter what, everybody's going to heaven. No matter what, everybody is going to be saved. No matter what, there is.
You're white-pilled.
Why? But it's also retard pilled. It's like, to me, there is a good and there is an evil. So I think that there is a creator God, and I think that there is a nemesis. I think there is a devil.
I think there are many nemesis. I think there are many devils. I think if you want to look at the main one, I'm sorry,
you're good,
bro.
man. You're good. It's just what do you like, to me, again, like, what is your intent? What are you trying to do?
Right.
You know, like, to me, everything is a fucking tool, and it's how you use it, what your intentions are behind it. And are you trying to connect to the greater good? Are you trying to connect to the universe? Are you trying to connect to God, the one creator God, or
Are
good?
you trying to connect to something that's more in the material world? You know what I mean?
I just think that the world is too old, and there have been too many fucking stories from every single culture that has ever existed that have too many similarities to think that I have all the answers because I'm a Christian, because I read the Bible, because of the church that I grew up in, that we're right, everybody else is wrong. They're all going to hell. We're going to heaven. Like, to me, that is so fucking nutty.
Right.
That, to me, is fucking retarded.
It's almost as retarded as the Jews waiting thousands of years to, for their savior just to kill them.
Yep. And keep cutting your cock and have some Jews suck it off and fucking give them
what kind of or what's that called?
Like,
what's the term for that?
They have a bris.
I know what a bris is. Oh, dude, I had a bris, dude.
Yeah, the circumcision, where they,
as you know, I was born Jewish.
Your cock, and then he deep throats your fucking baby wiener and goes like this and sucks the blood off, and then gives you herpes.
Fuck, man. Wow.
This is why we can't be on YouTube.
I hope that didn't happen to me, man.
This is why we can't be on YouTube, because I talk
about
the
rabbis. I got you kicked off YouTube, bro. Me and Cody got you kicked off YouTube, and me, Cody, and Isaac got you kicked off.
There's been a few people that helped. Yeah, it was Isaac's show that was the last one. That was the last straw that got us kicked off.
Shout out Organite, man.
Yeah. Shout out Organite. Organite.
I don't know him, but I fuck with you, dog.
Yeah, dude. No, he's great, dude. We're gonna have to have him back on, have you on at the same time. Fucking dude. Talk to him. Yeah, Isaac is fucking awesome. Organite.com or OREGON, like NITE, I think, Organite.com, something like that. Use the promo code RCP, Realityczars Pod. So RCP will give you 10% off on the fucking store. Buy some of the best Organite on the fucking market, period, hands down. That shit's going to help. So everybody go to Organite.com, use the promo code RCP, our homeboy from Organite.com. Shout out Isaac. Yes, he's the one that got us kicked off of YouTube.
Hey, man, it was bound to happen eventually.
It was going to happen.
You know, for me, for Cody, then me, then him to lead up to that, it's an honor, honestly. You know, I figured you weren't like, mad about it or anything. No, I figured you were like, because then, my account got restricted when I went to Virginia. Remember? I was like, bro, what the fuck just happened? You were like, you're posting our shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, damn, it's real.
Yeah. But we're naughty and we say no words and we talk about the truth and we call out the fucking CZARS and we call out
that's what we do, brother.
The power structure. So, hey, let's get back to this. So we talked about the Astors.
So the Collins family. Yeah.
Astors, the Collins.
The Astor, the Bundy, the
Bundys,
Collins.
Astors, Collins, Bundys. All these people are psycho Illuminati bloodlines. What's number 4?
DuPont family.
DuPont, fuck, that's an evil name.
Now,
that's one that's still out in the
French. Open. Yeah, dude. Now DuPont, you have like the DuPont. I forgot what fucking company it was, but the DuPont heir had both of his children. He was basically SRA and his children in their home. And got caught molesting his daughter, or like got convicted raping. He raped his son and his daughter. They were on Dr. Phil, I think. But yeah, no, one of these DuPont guys, and then another one molested his kid too, or something. Like a few of these DuPont I'm pretty fucking sure. You should look that up. DuPont Air rapes his. I start talking about. I start talking about DuPont. Yeah.
You know what's fascinating too, though, dude, is there is a
and we're right at the 2 hour fucking mark, dude.
There's a fucking movie that is out about the DuPont family, because one of the DuPont family, one of the like main dudes was obsessed with like professional wrestling and with like Greco-Roman wrestling, right? And he like there is a movie that you can watch about it where this guy is like this creepy fucking dude, and he invites all these young men to come and live at his house and come and start like training. Right. And he wants to get like the American team, like all American. He wants to get them like into the Olympics. He wants to fucking like get them all like, so he like gives them like, he makes a training camp. It's basically what he does, and has like these professional gyms at his enormous estate. And he starts grooming this young man and starts molesting him and starts like basically fucking this kid. And I don't remember the actor that played him. I think it was like Jake Gyllenhaal or something. It was like one of those fucking actors that played the. Anyways, long story short, this guy starts like fucking this like this young fucking kid, and terrible things happen, and he ends up killing the kid and killing himself, and that becomes this giant fucking scandal. And it's so much so that they couldn't hide it, and they made a Hollywood fucking film about it, and it's about the DuPont family. It's fucking bizarre. I wish, I should probably look it up.
Dude, so is my camera frozen up?
Your camera's completely frozen.
Okay, dude. Yeah, because I'm completely fucked over here, man. We start talking about these, but we need to finish the bloodline. So what do you want to do? You just want to say fuck the camera and I'll just keep talking?
Yeah, buddy. We're good. So DuPont, hold on. I'm going to look this up. DuPont
Air
wrestling movie. Here we go. It's called Foxcatcher. That's the name of the movie.
Okay. I know what. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's about a guy named Wealthy John DuPont, played by Steve Carell. Holy shit! I didn't.
Holy shit! That. Yeah, he was one of the ones bailing fucking Antifa out of fucking jail during the fucking Summer of Love riots or whatever they were.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking fascinating. Yeah, Steve Carell is playing it. It was Channing Tatum was the fucking dude that was getting molested by Steve Carell's character of John DuPont. Fucked up, dude. Really, like, I guess watch the movie, but you know that it's a fucking it's not, they're not giving you the whole truth. It's a little like what do they call that? I can't think of the name, but you know what I'm saying. Limited hangout is what it is. It's going to tell you a little bit. Yeah. It's going to be like if you listen to a mainstream fucking media talk about Jeffrey Epstein, they're going to tell you just the little bits, and they're going to tell you that he like got like 16-year-olds to jerk him off in massage parlors, but they're not going to talk about like 4-year-olds, and they're not going to talk about him wanting to like reproduce with like him trying to fucking making like basically, dude, like down in Arizona, New Mexico, down in New Mexico, he had a giant fucking ranch where he was trying to reseed the entire population.
Who did? Epstein?
Jeffrey Epstein. And he was like taking like young women and having sex with them, and he was trying to impregnate them, and he had like 1 million of his seed and his embryos like frozen, and he was going to try to seed like the human race with like a bajillion Jeffrey Epsteins.
Holy shit, man.
It's fucking bizarre, dude. And they're not going to talk about that like on an NPR podcast.
Oh, fuck no, dude.
No, they're not going to fucking discuss that idea, because there's some weird eugenics involved in that, and some weird fucking Mossad ties, and some weird fucking Khazarian like Jewish bloodlines that they don't want to fucking discuss. And Jeffrey Epstein was a giant piece of shit.
Yeah, he had a Eliphas Levi temple on his property too, man. So he was definitely an occultist.
Fucking A, dude. Okay, so right
next,
now we've got we have one more time. We have the Astors,
the Bundys,
we have the
Collins,
who's
and then the
number 4?
DuPonts. And then we have the DuPonts. And then number 5 is the Freeman family. I don't know much about this family. They're a French family. Hello?
Everybody, I'm here. I knew some fucking Freemen. I knew some fucking Freemans growing up. They were all Jewish, actually. All the Freemans. Like whenever you have a men at the end of their name, like the Freemans,
the
Goldmans, or the fucking
I already know, brother. Well, they're a French family. Man, I thought I had
the Freemans. Kind of remind me of the who else? The Freemasons.
Yeah, man, you're right on that. We may be able to come back to that. Man, if I knew we were gonna do this, I'd have brought my fucking I'd have brought my Bloodlines books out here.
Well, no worries, man. So again, Astors, DuPonts, Bundys, Collins, now the Freemans. Who's next? Who's number 6?
Oh, well, dude, the Kennedy family.
Are you serious? The Kennedy are one of the 13?
Yeah, man.
I had no idea that the Kennedy were in the 13.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
the Kennedys are obviously powerful people. What does that tell you? How far is RFK going to make it?
As far as they let him, I think, dude, to be honest with you, it seems as if he has someone there now kind of telling him like, hey, you can't say this about Israel, or, you have to, because, I mean, didn't Dave Smith interview him, and he asked him about
Dave Smith
Israel?
interviewed him a few times, dude. But yeah, the most recent one.
He asked him about Israel.
And really fucking stupid because, yeah, dude, I was an RFK fan to some extent.
Me too. Especially for VP. You know what I mean?
Well, it's one of those things where, like, you can't trust a Kennedy because they're one of the elite families, no matter what. Like,
and now they're one of the Illuminati bloodlines.
Dude, to me, that is fucking fascinating too, because, like, I've heard the stories about the Kennedys and how they fucking worked their way up. Because
Joe Kennedy was a fucking criminal, man.
Well, like, that's what I'm saying is, like, I've heard these stories about, because they're Irish, right? They're Irish Catholic.
Right.
And that is everything that the WASPs are not. The WASPs are the white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, and they hate the fucking Irish. The Irish were basically N-words of the white people.
Yeah,
like,
I'm like
fucking trash.
I'm like 76% Irish.
They fucking hated the Irish. The Irish
Scottish
were fucking garbage. And then also, like, if you go back to the elite bloodlines and elite bloodlines, the WASP bloodlines, they fucking hated Catholics. Catholics were like, people don't realize this, but I know this because my fucking family are fucking Ku Klux Klan members. The Ku Klux Klan was not only just anti-black, but, like, their biggest problem was the Catholics. They fucking hated the Catholics as much as they hated the blacks. And so when JFK won, he broke several fucking, what do they call that? Glass ceilings? You know what I'm saying? Like, he was the first fucking Irish. Like, that was, like, there was, at the time, there was fucking articles written. They were like, hey, maybe the Irish are white now.
Yeah, did you see Google AI put a fucking, like, an old world Irish person as a black man?
Yeah, dude, it's fucking to me, it's pretty fucking fascinating. I had no goddamn idea that the Kennedy family were actually considered old school fucking Illuminati family, because I guess maybe I bought into the propaganda that they were like kind of new. They were kind of like new money into the fucking families. Like I knew they were powerful, but I thought that they had kind of forced their way in through like prohibition. That's when they had gathered their wealth, and they were basically like Irish gangsters. They were basically Irish mafia, and kind of forced their way into like respectable society and kind of into the families, into those bloodlines. And I always kind of considered them in a weird way outsiders, because I never thought they were actually accepted into those fucking families because of that. Because of their Irish Catholic background.
Since I'm not on camera right now, I'm running in my house to grab another beer because no one's here. And I'm grabbing these 3 books so we can talk a little longer about a few of these. You know, maybe we can see, I can tell you something about the Freeman bloodline.
Yeah, dude.
And maybe my camera will quit being a fucking bitch.
I kind of doubt it.
Probably.
You know, the way you're going to do it is you're going to jump out and jump back in. So let's, I'm going to throw you out and you jump back in.
So are you going to send me the link again, or?
You should just be able to rejoin. So like,
okay.
Watch, like I'm going to remove you. That should, now your screen just black. Let's see here. That's so funny, man. Yeah, actually, so I'll kick you out. Like just X out of here, like go back and then hit that link again. And your camera should work again. There we go. So, hey, everybody that's on, it says that we have a few folks on here. I love you guys, man. What do you guys think about this Illuminati bloodline shit? I'm fucking waking up to this. I didn't know the fucking Kennedys were that old with that shit. I thought the Kennedy fucking bloodline was actually pretty new in this whole Illuminati bloodline. The whole fucking 13 families, man. I knew, yeah, the Astors, that's fucking interesting. I wonder if they had got kind of too haughty, or maybe they had their own fucking ambitions, their own, like, maybe they had their own ideas that were, like maybe that were good for humanity, and some of the other powerful bloodlines were like, nah, fuck that shit. We're not doing that. And because like when you really think about it, it's the Rothschild family that wanted to consolidate the banking systems, that really wanted control of money. And it's like the people that wanted what was best for humanity, what was best for the America, what would have been best for America in general. Like, and the Federal Reserve was not it, dude. The Federal Reserve has been nothing but like cancer to the American experiment, to the American economic plan. Like it's destroyed, like the gold system, like everything, dude. It's destroyed everything, dude. It's what has caused like fiat currency, which has destroyed which has caused all the fucking inflation, which is like what we're dealing with right now. And like honestly, that's what has disrupted the banking system so much so that they're going to now have to do like possibly well, they're talking about it, right? They're talking about like the digital dollar and having to get rid of like money in general, dude. Like we've seen them try to get rid of real dollars, dude, right? Like honestly, paper money is not going to fucking last longer than the next 10 years. I don't think it's going to last 5 years. I think we're going to get rid of all paper money in general. Anybody in the comments, man? Let's see if he can. Let's see here. I'm going to send him a. Anyways, so we'll see if Jules jumps back in or not. But in the meantime, man, let's talk about those fucking Illuminati bloodlines, dude. Let's talk about like RFK and the different possibilities of what's going to fucking happen, man. Honestly, in my opinion, yeah, like he was just on Dave Smith podcast and they were talking about the different stuff. And I really like RFK. RFK's book was so fucking well, it was so well written, and he had so many like notes in it, and so many you literally couldn't argue with what he had to say, right? So because he hasn't been sued yet by Dr. Fauci. Right? He called out Dr. Fauci so fucking hard, but he had every single duck in a row that you couldn't fucking call him out or call him a liar. Right? And so to me, he is a fucking brilliant dude. He was a lawyer. He used to be a fucking an assistant, a DA. He knows what the fuck he's talking about. It's painful to listen to him just because of his fucking voice and whatever the fuck's wrong with his voice box. But like, come on, RFK is a bad motherfucker. And for him to just be the biggest apologist for Israel is shocking to me, dude. Listening to that man and the way that he fucking cucks for Zionism is whatever they have on him has to be so fucking crazy, dude. I'm actually kind of fucking sad about. So either he is one of those crazy Zionists and that's just what he's doing. And maybe he is, because maybe to be part of that Illuminati bloodline, to be part of those fucking families, you have to be like bought and sold for the state of Israel. Or maybe he fucking fucked a kid, because he was kind of he had some fucking problems, right? Like RFK for a minute was like a drug addict. He was a heroin addict. And I'm talking about RFK and his fall and like the sad things that,
Sorry, people. I live out in the fucking country, but I got
he got his books, man.
Yeah, man. So So yeah, man.
So we got the Kennedy
family. Let me see which one. Okay, so this is volume 1. 165. Let's see what I can find about the Freeman family, just so we have. Oh shit! The Prieur de Sion was founded by them. So let's see. The Prieur de Sion, Priory of Zion, was unknown to the general public until 1982, when a book co-authored by Michael Bygant, Richard Lay, and Henry Lincoln came out. The book was entitled Holy Blood, Holy Grail. I have that. And it offered historical proof that an organization called the Prieur de Sion was powerful and had existed since the time of the early Crusades, 1099 AD. In 1991, I'm trying to find the holy bloodline that the Prieur de Sion guarded was the bloodline of Jesus. But what about the Freeman family? Damn it, Fritz Springmeier. Oh, so the House of David. In my research of high-level Satanists, it became clear the bloodline that was key in their minds was the House of David, not Jesus Christ's lineage. I discovered that the House of David had set up a kingdom in southern France. There we go with the French families. I discovered this while rummaging through history books on the Middle Ages. I came upon a book, A Jewish Princedom in Feudal France. Wouldn't you know it, Nate?
It's fucking fascinating, man.
That's where the Freemans come in. That's where the Freemans come in, right there, with the Prieur de Sion.
The French, dude, to me are like tied into so many different things, dude. Because I try to think about it, because if you take history for what they say it is, like the French were just like the Normans or the Saxons, all of those different folks. They were just like. I even think about like Charlemagne and the different, like they were just like wild men, dude. They were just considered barbarians. They weren't considered like the civilized people were the Romans, right? And when the Roman Empire fell, or like what most of the Romans would have considered themselves at this point, the Western Roman Empire fell. The Eastern Roman Empire was still was growing and doing great, but like the Western Roman Empire fell, so Western Europe had kind of fallen into shambles, and what the barbarians that had been inside of the Western Empire and basically in the geographical location of of France were the ones that kind of stood up and kind of taken the mantle, right? They became the Holy Roman Empire. But none of those people, like they were fucking barbarians, man. Like none of these people seem like they had that old of fucking bloodlines, but like it is fascinating to me that they now seem to be the royalty. Like all of these people came out of like I think about it too, like Napoleon, like that empire. I think about again like Charlemagne. I think about like even the Rothschilds or the Red Shield. They were
the Bowers,
Bauer
yeah,
family.
man.
Yeah, the Bauer family. They were French too. All of that.
They were German.
Were they? Okay.
Well, they stemmed out to French. I mean, they became French eventually once he sent, once Amschel, Meyer Amschel Rothschild sent
but
his
people
5
also
sons.
have
He
to
sent one to
remember
France.
this too, though, is that nationalities didn't exist the way they do now because there had never been an idea of a united Germany to begin with at that time.
Right.
Like there had been like Bavarians. There had been like this, that, the other, right? And the same thing with France. Like I find this fucking fascinating. In the time of Napoleon, there was only like maybe 2%, maybe up to 10% of the population that spoke a language that we would call French. Like there was less people that spoke the language French than it was fucking wild, dude. Like there are some really interesting historians that talk about that now that think honestly that the majority of Europe was speaking Arabic at the time.
Really?
That to me is fucking fascinating.
That is fascinating.
And that the majority, and this is just a fact that the language that we call French now was spoken by less than 2% of the population of what is quote unquote now French, what is now France. I don't know what the fuck they were speaking, dude. They were speaking all like weird, like little peasant languages. It was all just like, I mean, everything was like small and tiny and little, and they had their own tiny little languages, right? It's kind of like, France didn't exist. Germany didn't exist.
Right, right. This was before all that. Yeah, dude. I mean, what was that whole region called? It is called
well,
what was it called before it was Europe? Or
well, I mean, there was different names for different like because there was there was Gaul.
Yeah, Gaul was Ireland, wasn't it?
Well, Gaul was also Spain.
Okay. Yeah. So it's just different territories.
Yeah, Gaul was like Spain, Portugal, parts of France. That was all Gaul.
Okay, I got you. So next is the Lee family, dude, in Hong Kong.
L-E-E?
No, L-I.
L-I, Lee?
Yeah, they're Asian.
Interesting. Okay.
Hong Kong. So why do the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds have such a cozy relationship with these red Chinese Lees? See, so what is it? Li Ping, the ruler of Red China. So there you go. You got the Red China, Red Shield connection. There's a lot of red used and all that symbolism, dude. Why does the premier or prime minister of the People's Republic of China, Li Ping, visit with the Rockefellers and other capitalists when he comes to New York City if he is such a hardline communist? Haven't the communists named the capitalists their major enemy? And then when we watch men who are in the Illuminati, such as Skull and Bones George Bush, treat the Chinese with such closeness, there's a bunch of mistypes in this book, dude, because it was like, this isn't the original copy. You know, there are no 1, 2, 3 parts. There's only one book, but this was like rewritten basically to sell, you know. Singapore is lock, stock, and barrel in the New World Order. They went to a cashless society before anyone else. One of the Lee family, who spells his name Lee Kuan Yew. Oh, he's a lawyer. I don't want to talk about him. Yu Ping. There's not. I mean, there's some stuff in here on the Lee family, but I mean, that's, I guess, the branch of. Okay, here we go. Red China. There, yeah, like I was saying with the red. Let me see if there's anything in here that. The Triads is a Chinese secret society, which is something of a cross between the Masons and the Mafia, something in the line of part of P2 Freemasonry, except much bigger. The Triads are not well known in this country, but they are many more times powerful than the Mafia. It is known that the Mafia was invited to work with the Triads in 1970, and at the time, the Mafia didn't like the Triads' arrogance. Whatever. All right. So
years ago, man,
it just has a bunch of list of like family members and stuff, and not much, just some stuff on the Triads, but several Masons have done in-depth studies and written books about the Triads. But I mean, you know, China, there's a bunch of symbolism with the dragon, dude. The Chinese Wutsu Society compared to Freemasonry. Oh, there's a Peking Scottish Rite Lodge.
Well, I had heard a couple years ago, someone was explaining this to me, that some of these Illuminati bloodlines, that some of the 13 family, probably the people that we're talking about now, had for a while had been living in America, and we're now moving to China. And that was their idea of why they think that America was going to crumble and fall, like that our time in the sun was basically over, and that the time of China was coming. And when you're watching what's happening geopolitically, it's totally possible, man.
Oh yeah,
it's for fucking sure. Interesting, dude, because like people make China as our biggest enemy, and which I think that they are. They're probably our most powerful enemy, the one that could possibly, because they're such an ancient empire, because they've been around for so long, because they think in generationally. When we think we think in decades, maybe we think decades ahead. They think fucking 100 years ahead.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they think generationally. They see things in the long term. They know that their empire, they're an ancient empire, man. Like they've been around forever. China is, like, they call it like a sleeping tiger, and that it goes to sleep for a while. Like, so they have their like weak times where they like go to sleep for a while, and then they wake up and they're fucking powerful. China is an interesting nemesis, dude, and I think they are definitely our most powerful nemesis. Like Russia to me is a fucking joke. Russia really is a fucking
for sure, dude. Russia's the scapegoat. Russia is Azazel in this situation, man.
Yeah, and not that they don't have nukes, which, you know, people feel how they feel about nukes, whether they're fucking real or not, and I have my own fucking ideas about it. I think that nuclear power is real. I think that there may be such thing as a nuclear weapon or even dirty bombs, but I don't think there are as world ending as we say they are. And I think that that is used as a way to like force peace. They make it look like a Mexican standoff.
Yeah.
Where like we're all sitting there with guns pointed at each other's heads. And like, I think that it's used as like a fear mongering tactic. Right.
Yeah, dude.
They're saying like, hey, if we fire one of these, the whole fucking planet's done. And I'm like, I think that a whole region is done. And I think like the earth will be kind of fucked maybe for a minute. Like, I think because there is weapons that can fucking fuck shit up, but I don't think they're half as bad as we say they are. I don't think our technology is as good as we pretend it is. And, I think it's always in our best interest to talk about how fucking powerful we are and how scary we are.
Yeah.
And I think it's all a fucking bluff. Honestly, but anyways, that has nothing to do with nothing. So let's talk about the Astors. We have the Astors.
You're going
now.
hard,
we have the
dude.
Fonts. We have the Collins. We have the Bundys. Now we have the Lee family, and I'm missing one.
Okay, so we had the Astors, the Bundys, Collins, DuPont, Freeman, Kennedy, Lee. Now we have the Onassis family. So there you got Jackie O's family. Yeah, dude. You got Jackie O's family.
In the Onassis family, am I crazy? Didn't they marry into the Kennedys? Jackie Onassis.
Yes. So Aristotle, Socrates, Onassis, named after two Greek philosophers, went from being totally broke at age 21 to being a millionaire at age 23. His father's first name was Socrates. Aristotle was an Illuminati king. I mean, I don't know about all that, but, you know, a shipping tycoon, an intelligent, ruthless, hard-driving man, a man of the world who spoke a number of languages such as French, Spanish, English, Italian, and Turkish. He married JFK's widow. His ever-present sunglasses made him look like Al Capone to a number of people. So she became Jackie Onassis after Jack Kennedy died, right?
Yep.
Okay. So do you see something weird with that? How the guy she marries after, John F. Kennedy dies or gets fucking his head blown off.
Sure, like the Onassis
is another fucking bloodline.
Yeah, to me it sounds like the Onassis family was taking out the fucking Kennedys, and it was a consolidation of power. He fucking smoked that,
and she was a part of it.
Yep, and
I think she fired. I think she fired one of the fucking shots. If you want my opinion, her and the driver, and it didn't come from anywhere. It came from them two.
There's an interesting dude. We just had. You should probably listen to it. We had.
I will.
We had a photo. God damn it! What's his name? I'm gonna fuck this up. So keep talking for a minute because I'm gonna look it up so that I don't screw it up.
Okay. So Jackie Boyve Kennedy Onassis. Her father was a member of the secret society of the Cincinnati. The American equivalent to the Order of the Garter. Her father, Black Jack, was corrupt, what is known as a womanizer. He worked at making a living from the stock market. Jackie's stepfather was the Auchincloss family, an elite family. Her father's okay. Sorry, I'm a little buzzed right now, bud. Couple beers in now. That's all it takes sometimes. Her stepfather's second wife before Jackie's mother was Senator Thomas Gore's daughter. Her stepfather
Hughes is who we had on. Corey Hughes is one dude. To me, he's like one of the best fucking researchers, period. Hands down, dude. He's a fucking really deep researcher, and he's gone fucking depths into the JFK stuff. And if you want to know who killed JFK, you need to read Corey Hughes' book. It's fucking amazing, dude. And he ties it back to Mossad, basically the Zionist families and the Khazarian mafia. and it was the Jews that killed fucking JFK. Period, hands down.
Yeah,
according to
the
him.
same people that killed Caesar and the same people that killed Christ, right?
Well, and in that way, dude, it was a takeover of the United States. That was the coup d'état that took over the United States, and that is when we became a Zionist nation.
Right.
And that was basically the end of the United States as we know it. Fucking fascinating. That was episode. We had Corey Hughes on. That was episode 214. So everybody go check that out. That's one of our most downloaded episodes, actually. Fucking right now we're at 23,000 downloads for that episode. Everybody go check out that. It is Corey Hughes episode 214.
Shout out Corey Hughes, man.
Yeah, shout out Corey Hughes. That's in our top 25 most downloaded episodes.
I don't know him either, but I know I've heard him talk, man. He's on point.
Yeah, dude. Interesting dude. Nice guy.
Okay, so on the Onassis family, one thing before we move on, the executive committee of the Bilderbergs are the equivalent to the 9th degree of the branch of the Illuminati. Is the Onassis family still one of the top 13 satanic bloodlines? I do not know. The answer lies in doing genealogical work to find out what the core satanic bloodline is that curses through the Onassis family. One whistleblower of the Illuminati was Dennis Brunel, a Grand Master of an OTO lodge, who became disillusioned with the OTO's Illuminati program. Some of his information touches on the Onassis family. My understanding of the Onassis family is limited in terms of their satanic activities with the Illuminati, but I will attempt to give my readers a better understanding. My inside knowledge of the occult side, that is the secret satanic ritual activities of the family, is sparse, because my informants have very limited knowledge of the Onassis participation. However, there are certainly plenty of tracks in the sand which indicate who the business friends of the family have been, and they have been very clearly those within the Illuminati or with connections to it. Yeah, man, just weird, creepy shit. So next we have the I'm pretty sure it's the Rockefellers. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Next is the Rockefellers, bro. We all know about the Rockefellers and Daddy David Rockefeller, his fucking piece of shit brother Nelson. May they both rest in piss. Who else? His dad, John D. Fuck him. And then you got his dad, Devil Bill. You know, that's
Devil Bill was the interesting one to me. He was
the one who I think made the deal with whatever entity they're lined up with. I think each of these family made a deal with a different entity, one those of the Anunnaki.
That's fascinating.
Yeah, dude.
Because I do think about it as because how many people right here, right now, would be willing to make a deal with an entity like that? With all the different quote unquote perks that come along with that. And I it's one of those things that I think it's harder than people think it is, because you hear about different rappers, different celebrities that have quote unquote made deals or have tried to make deals, and I don't think that it works out most of the time.
Oh yeah, they just talk about it now, dude. They make a fucking live about it or a TikTok or what the fuck ever.
But what is it, man? Because I mean, for some people it works, for some people it doesn't. I've heard a fucking story, dude, that I thought was fucking fascinating. Because as a Christian, our supposed deity that we worship, the Father God, is Yahweh, right? That is the God that we worship. And I've heard his connections to being And this was the first thing that like pissed people off because, you know, I'm open-minded and I'm willing to do the research and I'm willing to talk about the research no matter what it is that I find. That the connection to his possibility of being Kronos and the possibility that
Yahweh,
saying that Yahweh was
of him being Saturn,
Saturn and being Kronos, being
L,
being that same god, and people were fucking pissed off.
Dude, people need to accept that that may be a fucking possibility. It may be a possibility.
Emails that I got from people, they called me a Gnostic,
his name is Anu,
libertarian asshole, piece of shit, like the fucking from Christians that called me every name in the book because I was willing to, because I still whatever. It's interesting, but
dude, his name is Anu.
It's interesting, dude.
I mean, that's who Saturn, L, Kronos.
So I've heard this story, dude, and I thought this was fucking fascinating. There was a story from a dude that said that he was, I don't even know how he made a connection with this entity, but this entity spoke to him and he said, I am Yahweh, and if you are willing to basically sell your soul to me, I will do this, that, and the other, and you're going to have like a long life. You're going to have a powerful career. You're going to be rich. You're going to have these different connections. And he basically, it almost sounded like a crossroad type of, you know what I mean? Like this weird, bizarre, like a crossroad demon deal, you know?
For sure. That Faustian bargain, man.
This Faustian bargain with this entity that referred to themselves as Yahweh.
Yeah.
And this Yahweh entity, he made the deal with him and he said, okay. And his entire personality changed. He had been like this wild introvert. He hadn't been able to talk to people. He had been kind of like this dork that didn't know how to, you know what I mean? He kind of maybe autistic, he kind of on the spectrum, didn't know how to fucking like speak to people. As soon as he like let this entity in, Yahweh, he said it was like painful. It was like razor blades cutting him from the inside out. Like,
that like, man, that's not a god of love, man.
Well, he referred to it like, and Yahweh refers to himself as the fire. He is like the all encompassing fire. It says Yahweh is this is a fire that can't. Oh, man, I'm trying to remember the name of it, like the words that they use, because even in the Bible they talk about it. He is this flame that anyway, so this guy refers to it. He feels like his entire body was set on fire, kind of like that dork that killed himself for Hamas. So this guy basically is like, he's going Super Saiyan. And his whole fucking body's on fire. And he said it was the most painful, horrible experience that he ever had. And then all of a sudden, boom. And he has this like entity that's inside of him now. And now he's like charming. And now he can like talk to anybody. Now he can then he has all these connections. And he becomes like a really successful writer. And he becomes this really successful dude. And he says that he now is like giving opportunities in these weird ways that like he meets like celebrities, and these celebrities go like, he goes, yeah, I was told by Yahweh that I'm supposed to talk to you. Like he was given these opportunities, and he said there was all these different people that he met along the line that were also like, oh yeah, you got Yahweh in you too? He goes, yeah, me too. Like, and there's this whole like fucking underground, like, dude, to me that's the most fucking fascinating, crazy fucking thing, dude.
That is crazy, dude.
And so who the fuck knows, man? I don't fucking know. Yeah, I've been worshiping Yahweh this whole time, and I don't like, where's my millions?
Yeah. I expecting it, man. Yeah. No,
how do I get a Faustian bargain? Set me on fire, Yahweh.
Set me on fire. Yeah, dude, they, the Rockefellers, they had a lot of influence in the education system. I mean, the Rockefeller textbooks. So right here it says they discovered that the Rockefeller Foundation was the primary culprit behind the teaching of socialism in America's schools and the universities, and also behind the NEA's policies. I don't know what the NEA is. Renee Wormser, counsel for the Reese Committee, reported a very powerful complex of foundations and allied organizations has developed over the years to exercise a high degree of control over education.
Part of this Fabian socialists, man.
Yeah.
Every single one of these fucks.
Part of this complex and ultimately are fucking mistype again. These people suck, dude. Are ultimately responsible for it are the Rockefeller and the Carnegie groups of foundations. One of the educational book producers is Groyler Inc. Avery Rockefeller Jr. sits on Groyler Inc. as like the CEO. So there you go, right there. All the textbooks being printed, when they first started being printed, were operated and constructed by members of not just the Rockefellers just owning it and having other people do it. No, you had fucking Avery Rockefeller, whatever fucking fag he was, sitting on the company and running the company.
So
and
now
probably making everything for it. So now we have
talk about these people. We got the Astors, we got the Bundys, we have the Collins, we have the Kennedys,
the DuPonts, the Freemans, the Lees,
the
Onassis. We already said that.
We have the Rockefellers.
Okay, now we have the Rothschilds.
There we go, the Rothschilds. Buddy, your camera went out again.
Wait, what?
Your screen is completely black.
No way, really? It's working on my end.
Yeah, he's gone again. Okay, so that's number 10. Oh, no, that's number 9. Number 9 is the Rothschilds. And that to me is fucking fascinating, man. That I guess the Rockefellers were important enough. I've always just looked at them as like a stooge family. I've looked at them as a fucking family. Hold on. Here we go. He's talking.
Holy shit, dude. The New World Order's kicked me off 2 times tonight, guys.
We talked about the Rothschilds, dude, and then your screen went black.
Yeah, because old Jakey is not gonna wakey.
Dude, I honestly did.
He's done.
He's either dead or he's not dead.
Or they just put him in another avatar body. Yeah.
Uploaded or yeah. I mean, I don't think these people want the ultimate judgment. I think these people are like that. To me, is why they are trying to extend their lives forever, is because they are trying to upload themselves into like a simulation, like very much so like Black Mirror status, right? Like that
for sure.
To me, that's the way that they're going to try to fight going to whatever judgment, whatever type of thing that comes next.
Yeah, dude. And I mean, we all know they started the Fed. Yeah. And we know they started the Federal Reserve, and fucking that's the reason that all our money is really non-existent. It's not even real, Well, they took all the wealth of the country.
Talking to like some of my Gnostic homies, the way they talk about how the different archons, these different evil entities that are like controlling the plane that we are in, this simulation that we are in, and they're talking about the different families that have kind of made agreements with these archons.
Yeah.
Like to me, that very much screams the Illuminati bloodlines. These people that have decided to, they've made friends and made agreements and made contracts with these archons, these demons, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, man.
And I think they know that we are in a soul trap, and that there is we're in sort of like a prison, and that when or if they die, they kind of I think they're trying to control maybe where their souls go. that sort of thing. Because
I think their souls go to like a Black Lodge kind of place where they wait, but it's not peaceful at all.
Maybe, maybe. I mean, that's maybe what
but they can access.
purgatory.
Yeah, but later on they can maybe access to come back, or I don't know. I have to look into that a little more, man. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, interesting shit, dude. So okay,
But
so
yeah,
we got
everyone knows the Rothschilds, so we don't need to really talk about them. So next we have the Russells, and this is Charles Taze Russell, the founder of the Watchtower Society, known as the Jehovah's Witness.
Interesting.
So here's some fun facts about him. Okay, the man who started the Jehovah's Witness Watchtower Society was secretly an important Satanist. He was a Mason. C.T. Russell's Bethel staff became concerned about his occultic activities. Various items from magic were part of Russell's religious beliefs, including healing handkerchiefs, phrenology, the winged sun disk, Enochian magical planes. Wow. Hard for me to get that one out. Sorry. Etc. Russell's family possible Illuminati links and his wife's possible connections with the family line of Satanists. But see, then he doesn't even put the fucking name of the family. And I'm like, really, Fritz? Russell's apparent secret Rosicrucian membership with the Quakertown, PA group of Rosicrucians, as revealed by the pyramid he ordered erected, his use of the winged sun disk, and his cremation 3 days after his death. Russell owned a cemetery in Pittsburgh. So basically, the guy that started the Jehovah's Witness was probably in the OTO or the Golden Dawn. From what he was symbolized having all the time, his golden sun disk, and probably a bunch of Ra and Horus worship.
Interesting stuff, man. I think it's next week. We have New York Patriot coming on, and we're going to talk about. I just wanted to have somebody come on and talk about like some basics of like Hermetic principles. I wanted to kind of brush up on it myself and for our audience to kind of.
Have you ever read the Hermetica?
No.
Dude, you should totally get it. It's real. It's like $6-7 maybe because it's not too long, but it's some good shit, man. But we don't have to linger on that, man. I know we're almost at 3 hours. So next we have the Van Dyne family. That's V-A-N-D. Hold on. D-U-Y-N.
D-U-Y-N. Okay. Dwine? Van Dwine?
Van Dwine. Yeah, I guess that's how you pronounce it. And where did I say they were located?
Okay, so let's go again. We got the Astors. We have the DuPonts.
We had the Astors, the Bundys, the Collins, the
DuPonts,
the Freemans,
the
Kennedys, the Lees, the Onassis, the Rockefellers,
Rothschilds. That's 11. 12 right here.
The
Russells. And is this the last one?
Hold on, wait. That's 12?
This might be number 13, DeWine.
The Van Dyne should be number 12.
Van Dyne. Okay, so we have the DeWine and we have the Van Dyne.
No. DeWine isn't it. It's just Van Dyne.
Van Dyne. This is
it's just spelled D-U-Y-N. Hold on. Let me count these real fast, dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, so Van Dyne should be number 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have the Van Dyne family. What can you tell us about the Van Dyne family?
Man, I mean, so the chapter on them isn't shit. I mean, it's really not shit. Let let's see. I'm going to see where it starts. I haven't really done any research into them, man. I should have. I should have. You know, shame on me.
It's all good, man. And then we're gonna have to do an episode.
Oh, dude, yeah. Me and you are gonna do a lot of shit together. So.
We're gonna do. Maybe we should do some research on these fucking 13 families, and then I want to.
I'm down.
About, like, the one that, the one that Sam had that he talked about. So shout out to Sam Tripoli.
Shout out Sam Tripoli.
The one that he had on. What was the name of that family? It was the
Pazer.
Pasar family. Yeah, the Pasar family.
Pasar.
Pasar.
And then the dude started talking about the same person. Someone on there. There's a family called the Hohen Lohe. The prefix Hohen. There's like a lot of families in the region of like Belgium with that name as the royal families. I don't know
what other fucking country
means.
Too, dude, is like we need to really look at Switzerland, the one that calls themselves neutral.
Dude. Fucking Geneva, where CERN is.
Geneva, where CERN is, where the fucking...
They got portals opening in the sky. People just seeing them on their cell phones. Like, what the fuck? The Van Dyne family, though, man. Let's see. Okay, so they're Dutch. They're from the Netherlands. I don't really have anything on them, but we should on a later episode dig into them. And then the last one, obviously, is the Merovingian, the 13th bloodline, the bloodline of Christ.
Yeah, dude. And I think that there's more, honestly, because...
hey, he has a third one, and it is the bloodlines of Disney, Reynolds, McDonald's, and Krupps. But then there's also... I have down here, there's also Oppenheimer, Warburg, Sassoon, Black nobility, Reynolds, and yeah.
Dude, you know what's
but there's way more than that too, dude. There's way more than that. Like,
what's fascinating to me, dude, is all of those names that you just said are fucking names that are in the mainstream right now and are in fucking companies that we know right now. So McDonald's, that's goddamn the biggest fucking fast food company in the world.
Krupps makes the elevators, dude.
Elevators, but also those shitty little coffee companies, right?
Yeah, and the Thyssen Princess was at the Surrealism Ball.
Dude, what were those other fucking names? Like, all of those fucking names are things that we hear, see, and say all the fucking time.
Well, then we also, and then I have a few more that the Merovingian bloodline, dog. We could do a whole episode on that, Nate.
Could.
And I think Thomas knows some shit about that, dude. He really missed out tonight.
Okay, so name some of those other names that you just said.
Okay. Fuck me, dude. I did find the page now. It would have been a lot easier. So we got we had the Astor, Bundy, Collins, DuPont, Freeman, Kennedy, Lee, Onassis, Reynolds, Rockefeller, Rothschild, Russell, Merovingian, Disney, Krupps, Thyssen. I put Krupps Thyssen because they married into each other's bloodline multiple times. McDonald, Sassoon. I think they are Middle Eastern. The Sassoon, Sassoon, and then Van Dyne.
Interesting, dude. Yeah.
And then we got, of course, the Harrimans, Carnegies, Morgans, Warburgs, Kissinger, Bush, Clinton, Bronfman, Forbes, the Hohens, Oppenheimer, Pesur, Plotzker, Schultz, Vanderbilt, Windsor, or the Saxe-Coburg Gotha, and then yeah, I mean, dude, you got so many families out there, dude. I mean, so many.
To me, dude,
That's not even considering the Italian banking families, Nate.
Yeah.
You know how many black nobility families there are? I could tell you. I know.
We got the Orsinis. We got who else we got?
Hold on, dude. Give me 2 seconds. We can pull it up. Or hold on. I'll tell you, and then we can get out of here in a second because I know you got to go. We have the Aldobrandini's, the Bourbon, the Doria Sacchetti, or Doria Sachs Fifth, all that shit. The Farnese, the Fitzjames, the Massimo, the Medici, the Orsini, where you have Pepe Orsini or the Grey Pope. And that's what Tom Cruise is, actually. He's an Orsini. And the guy who did the Georgia Guidestones, he's an Orsini. Also, that's where the Order of the Rosy Cross comes from.
Those Crucians,
they and the last name Rosenberg comes from the Orsini family. You have the Pallavicini, the Ruspoli, which Prince Teo Ruspoli was married to Olivia Wilde. I find that kind of like you're married to a black nobility prince,
They all are, or else they wouldn't be in the
fucking weird.
Hollywood.
She's so fucking weird.
She's hot.
I mean, I'm married, dude. But, I mean, yeah, she's kind of attractive.
She's a fox, dude, and that's why she's married into those families. Dude. You don't get to be one of those people without it.
Yeah. Then you have the Savoy, and they that's where the what's it called? The Genovese,
SAVOY, right? The Savoy.
Yeah, SAVOY. That's where
what's fucking fascinating?
That's where the Genovese crime family comes from.
Buddy, you know what's fucking nuts is that I have some people in my family that say that's where my last name comes from. CHOVOYA, Chavoya. They say that it comes from the Savoy. They say it comes from the Savoya Chavoya family, that we have some weird fucking lineage, some bizarre Illuminati lineage.
Damn, homie.
That we come from the Savoy from.
Dude, then you have like family members in the Genovese crime family.
I don't know if it's true.
Well, that's where the Genovese crime family came from, was the Savoy family.
I have some family that have done some like deep research into it, and they said that we came from some fucking royal lineage, some fucking dark lineage. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about. And they said that I don't even know what the fucking Savoy thing is. It's like Mediterranean. It's between France and Spain.
Yeah.
This weird fucking thing. I might be some Illuminati bloodlines, buddy.
You may be, dude. You may be. And then we got Sforza, the House of the Snake, who Juan did an episode not too long ago about Catherine de Sforza, this alchemist chick who was crazy. Yeah, she's part of that family.
Hey, any fucking hardcore researcher schizo, look at my last name and tell me if you can fucking find, like, I'm curious about my fucking where the fuck we came from. So nut jobs. I'm sending out all of my what do you call that? Weaponized autism. All my beautiful autistic friends and folks that are of the internet that can find all the fucking wild, amazing things out there. Look up our bloodlines, man. I'm curious about. I want to know more about my lineage.
Yeah, man. Me too. Me fucking too, man.
Even if it's something terrible, send that to me in private. I don't want.
I'm gonna finish this up. We have Porlonia, the House of the Dragon. We have the Borgia, the Breaksphere.
Borgia family, yeah.
Yeah, the Breakspear.
Yeah.
Sounds like Shakespeare. The Chigi, the Colonna, which Columbus and colonist comes from. Shout out Santos Bonacci, man. the Este, the Gaetani, the Pamphili, Somaglia, and then last I got listed Habsburg, Hesse, and Rothschild or Bauer. And that's where the Order of Malta, Order of the Golden Fleece, and Israel stems from.
Interesting, man. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
man.
Fascinating. I
Some
really
cool
hope
shit,
I don't
brother.
come from some weird, bizarre Illuminati family, but I've heard it before.
I think you're good, dude. You're a pretty solid guy, man. So
even if I do, it's not something that I'm aware of.
Right. Yeah. For sure, dude. No, my grandfather, my mom's dad was adopted by Jewish people, and he doesn't look a bit Jewish, dude. And their maiden name, it's Corkland. So,
well, the family,
not too Jewish,
The family that is mine, that are like the hardcore, like it's the Clark family, CLARKE, the Clark family. They're the ones that are the hardcore fucking clan members, and we have some like
dude, I forgot you told me about that at the start of the episode.
Yeah, some weird fucking and to me, Thomas, actually, the first episode that I ever had Thomas on, he told me about the connections between the Klan and the Freemasons, and the very first Freemasons, or the very first Klan members, were fucking Freemasons, and was a fucking dude. It's weird.
It was a secret society. Where do you think the Grand Wizard and the Dragon, the One Eye, like all that shit comes from, man?
There's some fucking weird, dark connections, dude.
The Cyclops, the Grand Cyclops, or whatever it's called.
But that would be on the other side of my family, actually. That's like the fucking weird white Nazi, like the Savoy or the Chavoya side of my family actually comes from the Spanish, Portuguese. Because unfortunately, my dumb cunt of a sister, she's the one that did she did the blood tests, right? She did the fucking 23andMe's, and a huge
I did it
percentage
too, though. You remember me telling you I did that shit too? Like, I was like, they already know who I am. Whatever. And I did it. And I know that I'm Irish. I already knew that, dude, especially when I was younger and I started drinking. But the rest of the shit, it makes sense, but I'm 0% Jewish. So,
we're not 0%, unfortunately.
Oh shit, her said
the Savoy family, whatever fucking, I don't know where it comes from, my mom's or dad's side, because I'm not fucking.
Well, if it comes from Savoy, man, it comes from that family, dog.
Portuguese and Spanish. That is the majority of me. The majority of me is Iberican. I am mostly Spanish and Portuguese, which I think is fucking fascinating. And that probably is the Savoy. That is the fucking part of me that is from there. So anybody, I'm sincere. Tell me what the fuck you find. I kind of don't want to know, but yeah, dude, it's an interesting fucking aspect of myself that I don't really want to fucking know, but I'm kind of curious, man. I'm morbidly curious.
I'd be curious. Especially in your situation, but
we are at fucking 3 hours.
Yeah, man. This went real long, but I had a fucking great time, dude. I love this. I think next time we should hopefully Thomas will be here, and we can go for even longer, dude.
And see, Thomas doesn't hide his Masonic connections. I don't know what fucking bloodline Thomas Gorence is from.
We don't. We'll never know.
He's love you, Thomas. Even though you're probably my handler. And yeah, buddy. Everybody, come check us out. We are on Rockfin. We are getting better at posting to Rumble. We are no longer, unfortunately, on YouTube because we called out.
Because of me.
We talked about some fucking Jewish connections. We talked about
some tunnels.
Maybe we talked about some Corona. We just talked about the truth. We talk about the truth the way we fucking see it. We talk about the different government connections that are fucking doing things and control structures. And we're not going to censor ourselves. If we see something, we're going to say something. So that's just the way we are. And I don't honestly give a shit, even if it's like to my detriment and somebody comes and fucking kills me. I don't fucking care. I don't give a shit. And I'm going to fucking speak the truth the way that I fucking see it.
Die on that hill, man.
I mean, I probably shouldn't because I'm married.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm too much of an autistic dumbass. And I'm too much of a fucking schizo weirdo that I'm not going to fucking tell you exactly the way I feel, the way I see it, the way I fucking think it. So that's honestly why we've had over 1 million audio downloads. That's why we have a big fucking loyal fucking audience. And everybody, we love you. We care about you. We think about you. Even if you're an angry asshole that sends us evil, awful, mean emails, it's fine. I love you guys anyways. You're part of my fucking family. We love you, man. Check us out, realityczars@gmail.com. You can send us hate mail, love mail, all the things. Please give us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts. That's going to help people find us. That's going to help people fucking listen to us. And come and join the family. Come be a Czarist. Come be one of our fucking listeners. And everybody check out Greypilled, man. Where can you find Greypilled? Where's all the fun places to find you? Okay.
I'm on YouTube,
for now.
Greypilled Podcast for now. Yeah, dude. I'm on Instagram at Greypilled_podcast. Twitter, Greypilled Pod. I'm on Spotify, Rumble. I'm about to be on Odysee and Bitchute, and I'm going to probably I don't know. Hopefully I'll be able to make a Patreon at some point, but I was going to probably start streaming on Rockfin eventually, maybe too. So but yeah, that's where you can find me. Chilling in my garage, ranting and talking about crazy shit, and but also talking about some knowledgeable things sometimes as well. So,
well, you'll hear me say some fucking weird schizo bullshit, but we'll have a great time while we do it. And
yeah, we always
close out now with because Thomas wasn't here. I'm going to do his plugs for him. This is so.
Shout out Thomas.
Much love to Merkel Media. Much love to Joel Thomas.
Shouts out those guys. Yeah.
This is a fucking thing that Thomas and Joel Thomas did together about the Nephilim. Awesome
portal babies, man.
Portal babies. Yeah, we were talking about the awesome toys that you can buy at paranoidamerican.com. So we're going to close out with this ad. Everyone go to fucking paranoidamerican.com because you know what? He makes dude, Thomas is fucking so cool, dude. The things that he does. Check this shit out. Thomas made this by scratch. He made all the shit. He put it together. Thomas is so fucking cool. Everybody go to paranoidamerican.com. All right. We love you guys. Cheers, man.
Later, everybody.
Come on down. You bring the magic staff, and I'll bring the sin. Nobody knows about the trouble we're in. Come on in, let's make some Nephilim.
It's the Nephilim Portal Baby playset. Comes with a fallen angel, Nephilim baby, and portal to another dimension. One of the Paranoid American playsets. Collect them all at paranoidamerican.com.
Disclaimer: these are custom art creations and not toys meant for wimpy little new world order babies. Don't eat the art. Don't sue the artist. For more details, visit paranoidamerican.com.